Welcome to the University of Windsor's Alumni Field in Windsor, Ontario. More CJFL football action is about to go down as the Ottawa Sooners and the Windsor FRATMEN will take the gridiron here this evening. And hello again, everybody. This is Aaron Sanders alongside Glenn Mills. We begin the story by talking about the Ottawa Sooners here, Glenn. They have a 2-0 record, so no question about it. They're starting the season undefeated, and for a lot of people, they're assuming this might be the ultimate test for the Sooners at the beginning of the season.
You know what? This should be an interesting game. Ottawa has a tremendous football up there, and a lot of talent. So yeah, this is going to be a test, and AKO is steadily improved. So this will definitely get one team moving in the right direction, the other team, moving in the wrong direction. So.
Absolutely. Last week they took on the GTA Grizzlies. They won that by the score of 28-9, and that effort catapulted them right up to the top 10 CJFL rankings, placing 6th coming into the night. Now for the Windsor FRATMEN. 1-1 record. They finally found themselves in winning ways last week, taking care of business 73-14 against the Niagara Raiders on the road last week, and they found themselves 9th in the top 10 rankings here, Glenn. So a lot to look after. What do you expect from this club?
You know what? The one thing, AKO has a ton of talent. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, they lost a tough one to Hamilton, but I think they let their emotions get the best of them. It was penalty riddled. If they stay out of penalty trouble and keep their cool, they're a talented group of kids, and I think that's going to be the answer for the rest of the season for them.
Absolutely. This is the first time both of these clubs have played in Windsor since the 2016 OFC semifinals. I mean, 2 years have passed, the players have come and gone, but do you think the inspiration and all that is still around this game tonight?
You know what? Anytime those games go back, and kids remember those things. There's kids on both teams probably that remember that. So for sure, not only that, it's just about competition, right? People want to compete, and it's about bragging rights, and that's what this comes down to. And it'll be exciting. I know our areas. We're proud football guys, and I'm sure our kids are going to play hard tonight.
Well, will the Sooners continue their undefeated season, or will the FRATMEN win 2 in a row? Somebody will be leaving this stadium on a winning streak tonight. So that's the story for you right here from Alumni Field. When we return, we'll have the fellas to call the game with Glenn Mills and JP Justin Prince. For you are watching FRATMEN football here on WeTV.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
We is the premier video streaming production company in southwestern Ontario. We are We Digital. We are busy. I mean really busy. We Digital is now recruiting hard-working, creative team players to try out for our team. Camera operators, audio specialists, web and social media geeks, hosts, media students, and some that just want to learn the ropes. Send us a resume, a demo reel with your best work, along with a cover letter that will snag an interview with our producers. Streaming is the future. Come and be part of what's next.
Hi, I'm Luke Wilson of Detroit Lions. For the best local sports programming, make sure to tune in to WeTV.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the We Digital production, We Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor, Essex County, We Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
I learn by doing. I learn by reacting to a situation. St. Clair puts me directly into my industry. I'm dealing with real patients, real life situations. It's not just theory, it's not book work anymore.
I choose to take control of my future and my path to St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor. Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's action of AKO FRATMEN football, live from Windsor, Ontario at Alumni Field. For tonight's action between the FRATMEN and the Ottawa Sooners. I'm Justin Prince. Alongside me is Glenn Mills for tonight's broadcast. The Sooners come into tonight 2-0. The FRATMEN coming in 1-1 after a huge victory for them. Here, Glenn.
Yeah, this is going to be, again, an exciting matchup. Looking forward to seeing what Ottawa has to Ottawa has to offer. They're 2-0, and it should be a nice test for the FRATMEN.
The Sooners won the coin toss and defer to the second half. They'll have the opening kickoff as we're underway, and they're going to go with a squib kick right off the get-go. Trying to return it from about the 25, cutting to the right side. McCraney still going to the right side, and he'll be tackled about the 41-yard line to start this ball game off. Interesting way to start off this one, Glenn. Coming onto the field is the AKO FRATMEN offense for their first drive. Once again, looking at your officials for tonight, Alex Jemmy will be the head referee for tonight. Umpire Chris Patton, Brent Webster, the head linesman, line judge Corey Cousins, Bruce Carter, the back judge, the side judge of Joe Cooper, and Todd Whitehead will be the field judge for tonight's action from Windsor, Ontario. Getting all set to go for the first play of the game. Colton Allen gets the start for tonight, currently on rotation basis with Mayu. Allen throwing deep towards the slot, just out of the reach of Marcus Cooper. It's incomplete.
You know, AKO, great play call, going to go after it right away and test the defensive backs and just see. I mean, you know, a little bit of could have thrown a little bit earlier, I think. It might have been, he fluttered it a little bit, but overall, you know, I think it's a solid play call.
And that was the replay you've seen there going to Cooper in the slot. As Allen will set up for 2nd and 10. As we're just approaching 1 minute into tonight's action. And a whistle called before the snap coming from the sideline as they switch the sign from first down to second down. Right before tonight's opening kickoff, it had been raining pretty hard 2 hours ago. Now just cloudy. No chance of not expected to rain in tonight's action as they continue to clear things up on the sideline before the second play of the game. How do you expect maybe the somewhat damp feel to affect tonight's action?
You know what, now with the turf the way it is, it shouldn't affect it too much. It could be a little bit slick, but, you know, they wear big screw-in spikes and stuff. So.
And let's look at your OFC standings coming into tonight. Currently 2 teams are undefeated, the Hamilton Hurricanes and the Ottawa Sooners, which both of them looking to continue their strong runs this weekend. Fratman and the London Beefeaters are 1-1, with the GTA Grizzlies and the Niagara Regional Raiders 0-2 to start off their seasons. Still early on in the season, but teams trying to continue up the rhythm as we prepare for 2nd and 10.
Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a big one here. This is definitely going to kind of catapult somebody up into that number 2 standing.
Allen's now going to set up for 2nd and 10 as the clock is back and up and rolling. 1 minute, just about 45 seconds into the first. Allen avoids the sack to the slot. 1-man hard catch. And it's complete, caught at about the 29-yard line. A great play from Brenton McCraney.
Almost the same play you've seen the first one. Ottawa brought a lot of pressure there. They lined everybody up and blitzed like crazy, and Colton just tossed it up. And fantastic catch by, I think it was McCraney that made the catch. You know, a little bit of interference, but he still was enough to focus and pull the ball, and the defender puts his hands up and doesn't look back. And
with that, it's now 1st and 10. Allen forced to scramble to the left. Scrambling around towards the middle of the pocket. Now goes for the shuffle pass. Here comes McCraney. Down the right side of the field to the end zone. It's touchdown, FRATMEN. How about that for Allen, going with the lateral to get it to McCraney for the first touchdown of the game within 2 minutes.
A solid heads-up play. You know, he had left the pocket scrambling. You know, he had enough about him to be able to shovel it to McCraney and get himself a little touchdown here. You see him running around here. He just looks like he's going to try and get some positive yards, and all of a sudden, boom, he just shovels it back, and the young man does the work, does the rest.
And a good play from McCraney, coming off a game where he had 4 receptions, 87 yards, and 3 touchdowns against the Raiders, as the extra point is up and good. And it's 7-0 FRATMEN within 2 minutes of the start of tonight's action. And that, again, that's going to set things up. Of course, FRATMEN looking tonight to improve part of the run game, and that's going to help a bit there. Let's look at the season totals, in fact. Right now, +4 for first downs for the Ottawa Sooners. Passing yards goes to the FRATMEN, 577 so far. Just 77 rushing yards, though. That was the biggest thing that needed to be improved, according to Coach Mike LaChance coming into this week.
Yeah, a lot of the stats are very, very close. Again, like you said, rushing. I mean, 77 yards in 2 games is not a very solid ground attack, I can tell you that.
And that includes a loss of 16 yards via sacks to Colton Allen's credit for this season. 3 total touchdowns. Colton Allen had 2 of them in the last game. As the kickoff is up and away as we're back under action. 13-18 to go. Bit of a muffled punt. Kickoff return. Picked up at about the 3. Trying to shuffle it in around and brought down at about the 10-yard line. As the Sooners will set up for their first drive, as that was returned by Jamal Ofori, the defensive back. That'll set things on up for the first Ottawa Sooners drive, as you've seen some of their stats for coming into tonight's game. Looking to try and set things up on up. Working on the first-year head coach, Luigi Costanzo. With that, go ahead.
Yeah, so this up front of Ottawa, they got some big men up front here. This should be interesting to see what they're going to do. It looks like they like to run the football by the stats that were up a few minutes ago there.
And they're going to set up for their first play of the game. Thompson Richards at QB, running back to the right. Tries to hand it off. Bit of a fumble as players have to dive on it on the first play for the Sooners.
This is AKO ball.
And a huge turnover on the first offensive play for Ottawa, as the FRATMEN take over in the red zone at the 10-yard line.
I'm really not sure. That formation was a bit different. The backs looked like they weren't on the same page, and then they brought the slot across in motion, and he was the guy who ended up fumbling the ball. I think some miscommunication on the first play is going to cost him here.
Absolutely huge turnover on the first offensive play of the game for the FRATMEN. That's their 3rd forced turnover of the season, as Allen will set up for 1st and 10, 1st and goal rather. Ball set up at exactly the 10-yard line. Two slot backs to the right. Here's the snap. Allen towards the middle, end zone, it's caught. Touchdown, FRATMEN.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a different formation than what you usually see. They had McCraney in the backfield as a offset to the quarterback, and then a guy deep behind him, a little bit of a different look, a pistol look, and then they hit the quick little slant or post to the number 3 receiver to the inside.
And that would be Dante Lewis making the touchdown grab. That is his second TD on the season. As they'll set up for the extra point, FRATMEN kick it through the uprights. It's good. It's 14-0 in 3 minutes. Absolutely great start for the FRATMEN after scoring no points in their win last week.
That's exactly the way you want to start. And anytime you get a capitalizer, you can get a turnover deep in their end, you got to score. I mean, and you can't come away with 3. They ended up scoring a touchdown, which is big.
They're going to set up for their second kickoff attempt of the night so far already. Andrew Beaton, the kicker and punter for the FRATMEN, will set up. As you see the sideline now for the Ottawa Sooners involving Luigi Costanzo. Again, first-year head coach for this program, coming in after having a lot of coaching experience in the U Sport level. Also the director of operations and their head coach and OC for their OPFL organization for the Sooners. So a guy with a lot of experience as they wait for the opening kick. Beaton calls them forward as we're underway once again from Windsor. And it goes over the head of the return man.
Great kick.
Great kick as that is Lashana picking it up out of the end zone. Brings it to about the 15-yard line as now the Sooners try and turn things around after the turnover on their first offensive play.
I'm not sure if it looks pretty windy actually looking up in the booth, and 2 kicks in a row were they both bobbled them. It was a little bit of a circus act back there. Went over the guy's head the last time as well, and you just got to have a little bit more field presence to make sure that they can't let the ball bounce, right?
Yeah, exactly. And referring to that wind, the wind has been blowing off and on from south to north, going from our left to our right, as the Sooners set up for their second offensive play of tonight's matchup. Richards again setting up a QB, 2 backs to his left and right. 2 slot backs in motion. Here's the snap. Richards hands it off, and his back is swallowed up immediately for a gain of maybe 3.
Yeah, just again 2-by-2 with the receiver set, and they got split backs, quarterback and shotgun, and tried a little bit of misdirection, I think, with their slot. And the problem when you do that with your slot, you bring a guy in the box, right? So you bring a guy to the football, and it doesn't make it any easier when you want to run the ball.
That's for sure. Again, setting up on second down and make it 7. Running back to the right is Danny Abanye. Here's the snap. Richards feeling pressure. Gets it off just in time. Great play by Obenye to get it out of traffic, and he's got the first down, tackled at the 45.
You know what? The young man, the quarterback, did a fantastic job delivering the ball. He had a ton of pressure on him. He got hit right when he delivered it, and then Obenye made a nice little catch and spun away. And he's a load, this kid. I mean, he can rumble.
Yeah, absolutely. Obenye coming off a game where he ran for more than 100 yards, 105 to be exact. As they'll set up for 1st and 10. Officially ruled at the 46-yard line. Justin Prince alongside Glenn Mills here on WeTV. FRATMEN lead 14-0, almost 5 minutes into the first quarter. 3 slot backs in motion. Richards shuffled it over to Benjamin Joseph. Joseph broke 1 tackle, knocked out of bounds at about the 47, make it about the 48.
They had an opportunity there to get a tackle for a loss, and you got to bring your feet when you tackle instead of reaching. You see I think it's 42. I think it's Matt O'Neill has an opportunity to make a play there, and he just doesn't bring his feet with him. And he tries to dive, and he ends up about a 6 to 7 yard gain.
Ruled a 2nd and 6 at exactly the 50-yard line now, as the Sooners will set up once again. FRATMEN setting up with 4 defensive backs and linemen in the box. 3 slot backs in motion. Richards, quick screen play, caught. Breaking the tackle and pushing on forward for a gain of a couple is Samuel LePage.
He looks like he's going to be about a yard short, maybe a yard and a half shy. Just a quick wide receiver screen to him, and great job by the corner to come up and make that tackle.
And it looks like they will be going for it here as it's ruled 3rd and 3 at about center field, just a yard and a half shy of it, in fact. Chains are set up at the AKO FRATMEN 54.
They got to get just past. They got to get about a half a yard past the center field. So this should be interesting here. One back.
Here's the snap. Richards, quick pass play. Gets his man, but short. The 3rd down conversion does not work out. Trying to get it to the usual backup QB and Bahati Makara, as that is going to be FRATMEN football at about center field.
That's a great job of number 17, Elijah Blythe, stepping up and making a great play here. He just comes in and goes low and boom, right on the money. Great job.
And that gives the FRATMEN the football at exactly center field as their offense is already off to a strong start with Colton Allen. Colton Allen, with some experience coming into this season with the University of Windsor last season, playing in a total of about 2-3 games. Allen also part of a combined 435 yards and 20 completions with 7 TDs in the win last week. Allen waiting here with 8:54 in the first. Brings the running back in motion as Allen throws it towards the slot. It's picked off. Intercepted by the Ottawa Sooners. Off and away goes the man. Jeremy Masoner is going to be brought down at about the 51-yard line. And an interception for Allen. His first recorded total interception on the year.
You know, and Colton is right from when the ball snapped. He's kind of staring where the ball's going, and they just have a guy that's they have a guy that just sits back and floats and makes a pick.
Correct. Quick correction on that. He had no picks in the last game, pardon me. 3 total now on the season after that interception for Colton Allen, as that brings the Ottawa Sooners back on the field, approaching midway through the first quarter here on WE TV. Sooners looking to do something on offense. They have just 1 first down so far on 2 drives. Richards up the middle towards the slot. It's incomplete, trying to get it to Lashana.
I think that was what I'm not sure, but it looked like the ball was deflected. It took a real, downward towards the field right after we released it. So I like the play call, quick slant, but it just looked like it got tipped at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll have to try and see if they can do a similar play at the 51. 2nd and 10. 8:15 and downward goes the clock. Richards with 3 receivers on the right. 4 slot backs. Richards throwing it deep towards the sideline. It's picked off. Intercepted by Jalen Butcher right down the sideline. And make it now a 2nd forced turnover if that's ruled inbounds.
Great job by Jalen, just playing his man off. He sat back there, did a great job getting deep, and just picked this thing off. Undercut it, great job.
And a phenomenal play from Butcher to keep his feet inbounds, and that gives the FRATMEN the football officially at the 27-yard line. For the FRATMEN, it's their 3rd forced interception. Last week having an interception return for a touchdown. Allen will now set up on 1st and 10 once again. 3 slot backs in the motion. Allen, fake handoff. Going to be brought on forward and brought for a first down at about the 39-yard line on the fake play to Marcus Cooper.
Got a little jet motion there, just quick handoff, and Marcus can run. I mean, he's got some great wheels.
Yeah, you see there, originally it looked like he was thinking maybe hand it back to Ciani, who was behind him on the play. And of course leads to the jet sweep. 7:15 on the clock. 1st and 10, ball at the 38. Allen calling for the audible. Here's the snap. Fake handoff. Flag is up on the play. Hands it off to his back and able to get to about center field, but once again, flag is down on the play. And we'll have to see what the call is once again, as the head official is Alex Jemmy, once again the head referee rather for tonight's action.
The offside Ottawa Sooners. This is going to stay on this run, so going to be a first down.
Offside. On the defense. That penalty's decline. Result of the play, first down.
Defensive penalty offside.
And that's going to, with the good run, that's going to be declined as we're just past 7 minutes into the first, and the Fratmen offense continues to chug along. 1st and 10, ball officially at the 54-yard line. 2 slot backs in motion. Hands it off to his back, breaks 1 tackle, trying to shed a second one, and swirled down to about the 53-yard line for a gain of about 3. And he's having a good start to this one, that for the running back for the AKO Fratmen.
It was same jet motion look, and then they just, again, tried to hit a little bit of an inside run, and he had to bounce it outside.
Allen continues to try and help move this offense forward. 2nd and 7 at the 53. Once again, keep an eye on Braden McCraney for today. Allen looks to his left. Throws it quickly, gets it out of the pocket. Going to be brought from the left side to the right side of the field, trying to get some blocks. Gets 1 block, tries to shuffle through 2 defenders as he's brought down at the 25. Dante Lewis able to make that catch after the quick read from Colton Allen. And we have a man down.
Great job by Dante. At first I thought, oh boy, he's coming way back upfield, and I thought he was going to get himself out of the first down range. And then he ends up getting around the corner here. You see him, he bounces back here, bang, he comes real deep because 2 guys have a shot at him. And then he gets around the corner.
And we have a quick bit of adjustments here as Colton Allen goes towards the sideline.
Got a flag on the field too here, so.
Yeah, and a trainer coming out, in fact, now to look at one of the Ottawa Sooners players now on the field, looking at Justin Fowler, who's being brought to the sideline by the train staff. But it's been a good start for Colton Allen, meanwhile, as you see Coach LeJean's talking to his QB for tonight.
Got unnecessary roughness, AKO Fratmen. This is coming back here.
Yep, you see the flag being called up there. Is this going to move back the good play and keep it 2nd down? Penalties for about 5 yards, it appears. This will go back to about maybe the 47, if not further back.
It's a 15-yard. It's a 15-yard penalty. This is coming back a long ways. It's going to make it 2nd and about 23. And I don't know too many plays in the playbook for 2nd and 23. But we talked about this in the opening warm-up, or not the warm-up, the opening for the game about, discipline and being disciplined. And again, there's a penalty, unnecessary roughness that you just don't need to take in that situation. You go from, by the time the play ends, that's about a 40-yard difference.
And that's going to be penalty number 24 on the season for the Fratmen as well. As we'll see how they handle. Officially now ruled 2nd and 22 at the 42-yard line. 5:55 to go in the first quarter. 3 receivers will set up on the right, and we have whistles before the snap. The officials will now discuss things here before they get things back going. Looks like making sure of a couple things before the play is officially snapped here. In fact, they're going to have a quick play substitution, bringing out Obsasa Ozawa from Ottawa and bring in one of the defensive linemen from the sideline, allowing him to come in, and Martin Samuel for an attack in the box.
Ottawa's bringing a ton of pressure here. They're playing straight man across the board. I'm not sure how this is going to work out for them.
Quick play thrown to Cooper. Cooper breaks 1. Speeds through 2-3 defenders. He's across the first down change. Goes down the right side of the field to the end zone. Touchdown, Fratmen.
And that's what I mean. They showed it early. They brought a ton of pressure. They're playing straight man across the board and giving far too much cushion for that young man because Marcus can really run, and it cost him.
And Marcus Cooper making the play. Let's look at the replay. It looked like a quick bubble screen that he was able to utilize with speed to get through here, Coach. But with that, either way, it's 21-0 pending the extra point here at Alumni Field as the Fratmen offense keeps chugging along. Extra point is up and good. As now is officially 21-0. The Fratmen up by 3 touchdowns, and we're not even 2/3 way through the first quarter. What do you expect to see maybe from the Sooners now that the Fratmen are up this big already?
You know what? They're going to have to respond here. I mean, they got to get some type of points on the board to try and slow this Fratmen team down, and just get. Obviously, it's going to take some time to climb back into this thing. It's 21-0, but it doesn't mean it's anywhere near over. They're just going to have to put some plays together and make some plays defensively. They haven't made many plays defensively.
Once again, we'd like to remind you tonight's broadcast is presented by Harold Remark. For more information, and if you're looking to buy a house, contact Royal LePage Binder Real Estate today. Once again, by Harold Remark. With that, Harold Remark probably smiling about this game with the Fratmen up 21-0 at Alumni Field. As we're about to get back underway with action, Beaton will set up for the kickoff to send it back to the Sooners side. This one's pretty deep. Going to return from about the 5-yard line. Brought up from the left side of the field towards the middle, as that's going to be tackled at about the 25, as Linsana was tackled by a few different players, pardon me.
Good job. That was the first time he caught it in the air, and they got a decent return. They probably got about a 25-yard return out of that, 23-yard return. So overall, pretty good job.
And that brings the Sooners offense back on the field after 2 turnovers already in 3 drives. The third drive ending after a failed 3rd down conversion at center field. As Thompson Richards will try and help things around here on this 3rd drive. Joseph sets up on the left as the back. Richards throws the quick play, and it's dropped. Open coverage, incomplete, trying to get it to Tarek Velson.
And that's just, again, a concentration thing and a focus thing. And, a great job with the play set up. Great job the quarterback delivering the ball. You just got to catch it. You got to catch the ball and make a play. And, and the young man knows it. He's frustrated as well. He's just trying too hard.
And now that's going to make it now 2nd and 10 at the 26. Richard sets up 3 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Brings 4 in motion. Richards hands it off to his back. Joseph going to be swallowed up by the defense at the 27. And it's going to be 3rd down.
A pretty good call. A little bit of a draw play there, and 52 stuffed it out very, very well and didn't get fooled and stepped up and made a play.
And the tackle once again being brought by Josh Allen to make it 3rd and 8. And this should bring out the special teams unit now for the Ottawa Sooners. And what are they doing here? Going to be an interesting formation here, as it looks like they're going to maybe try and snap this to Joseph. Now passed on back to Obanyang. He fumbles the snap. He's trying to still grab onto it. It's going to be way short either way, but the ball is going to be brought down at about the 8.
Yeah, I am not sure what they were planning there, what they were thinking there. I just don't know. He snapped the ball. It didn't look like the young man was ready to get the ball, and then he missed the ball, and he was very nonchalant to pick it up. It's just, from the beginning, very much a disaster.
And their usual kicker and punter, Mike Basho, is a scratch for tonight. Obanyang did the punting duties for 1 game so far, a total of 7 punts for 217 yards. That time, not able to get the snap. Gives the Fratmen the football the 2nd time within the 10-yard line, 1st and goal.
Part of the problem is people, kickers, they don't understand. He tried to reach for the punt rather than move his feet and get in front of the punt, and he ended up dropping the punt, and then it became very much a circus act, and again, did not turn out well where the ball's about, the 8-yard line?
Officially at the 9, as here's the snap. Handed off to the back, as he's going to be swallowed up at about the 6, maybe a gain of 2. It's going to be 2nd and goal now for the Windsor AKO Fratmen.
Again, the Sooners brought tons of heat there. I'm sure AKO should expect a ton of pressure. Again, they're going to probably play man across the board, and should be able to catch him on some quick slant or something.
They'll set up now for second and goal. Ball officially at the 7. They'll have 3 receivers on the right. Take note of Brandon McCraney. Allen looks left, throwing to the corner of the end zone. Caught in the arms of the wide receiver and Jared Hayes-Williams, but out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and goal. Let's take a look at what just happened there.
Yeah, great call. You know, the quarterback puts a little bit too much air under it and gets it out of bounds.
With that, it's going to be 3rd down, and it looks like they're changing personnel for this one. Looks like they might go with the kicking team. So once again, now be Andrew Beaton, who will be the kicker for this team. Going to be held by Spencer Trenier, as now Beaton tries to get the field goal. For Beaton, 1 for 1 are the Fratmen this season when it comes to field goals. Just their 2nd attempt overall.
Sooners very fortunate to come out of here only giving up 3 points, especially when you turn the ball over at your 8-yard line.
And the kick goes through the uprights and is good, 24-0 with 2:49 to go in the first. So this is just an absolute dominant start for Windsor, AKO Fratmen.
Yeah, I can't believe there's still 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Seems like we've been playing for a while here, and
yet there's still a ways to go in this one. We mentioned before the new head coach for the Ottawa Sooners this season, Luigi Costanzo, someone that you've had experience with in the past through your journeys as a coach, Glenn.
Yeah, I've known Luigi. I coached with Luigi actually at the International Bowl in Texas. I know Luigi from the CIS. I also know Luigi from the OPFL, so I've got a extensive background.
And you can see his team so far, 6th in the power rankings. Week prior were in 9th as they're 2-0. They'll set up at the 35 as the 1st and 10 is underway. Quick play thrown to LePage. LePage brought down near the chains, but maybe just short. Might be 2nd and short for the Sooners.
Great job closing on this defensive backfield. I mean, this play was wide open when he first threw this, and 20 came up and just did a fantastic job closing.
And it's going to be ruled the 1st down at the 35 as they'll set up again. 2 slot backs in the motion. Richards to the sideline, dropped by LePage. Incomplete. Mike Morency will also make the catch along the AKO sideline. Either way, 2nd down. And for LePage, he had a lot of intended targets last game for Ottawa. 8 receptions, 81 yards, and a touchdown. 2 straight times going to him on the left side of the field.
Yeah, they're trying to attack the weak side of the field here, a boundary side, and just hoping that they, I don't know if they've seen a weakness in the film or something, but they're definitely trying to attack the short side of the field.
Richards moves the receivers, takes the snap, blitz coming, gets it off in time, but it's incomplete. Ren DeJohn tried to get on through for the sack, but just able to get off in time as Richards.
Yeah, and there, they had the back leaking out of the backfield, a little play action, back leaked out, no one picked him up. That would have been the ideal time to come to the backside on this, but he tried to throw across the field. He threw an arrow route or an out route to the wide side of the field. I mean, that's a 45-yard throw for a 3-yard gain. I mean, you got to know the situation, right?
Exactly here, and that's going to bring the special teams unit. Abanyan will now go back for the punt again. Remember last time, miffed the snap. This time, handles it well. Kicked for about 20 yards as it's going to be picked up by Cooper. Flags up on the play. Cooper gets to the defense. Down the sideline, 1 man to beat. Abanyan with a huge hit as he's brought down to the 21. But again, a flag is down at about the 39.
I'm not sure this is going to be blocking it back. I tell you, there's one thing. I'd be bringing pressure next time. And this kicker took 10 minutes to kick this thing. The snap was questionable. Then I think he took about 3 steps. Yeah, there's a block in the back right there. This is coming back. And that's unfortunate, but, there was no need to block that guy. And
completely agree with you on that. That's going to move what could have been a play almost at the 20-yard line, all the way back to AKO Fratmen territory to as far back as around the 20-25-yard line.
Again, there's another, another 15-yarder that is just not necessary. And again, you're talking about a 60-yard difference here. It's just those are the things that hurt them.
Block in the back. On the return team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And you hear the official call once again now from the head of referee for tonight's action. Once again, in Alex Jemmy. It's going to be officially placed at the 25-yard line on the right hash marks, with 1:13 to go in the first quarter. Allen will set up with 2 backs in the field. 2 in motion. Here's the snap. Allen going to pass towards the slot. It's caught. McCraney up the middle. He fumbles the ball. It's picked on up by Ottawa. And a big turnover as Jordan Taylor is able to pick it up and get it to the 47.
Yeah, Omar, I think this is Omar actually, and again, nice little slant route, and he was looking back at the guy coming to tackle him, and then he gets it ripped out of his hands and right into the hands of the Sooner guy, and he made a great play returning it. Yeah, there it is there. He just very sloppy with the football.
Good heads up, though, to be able to see that ball come out and immediately grab it out of the air.
Absolutely.
Once again, you are correct on that. Omar Hayes-Williams has it stripped on the play, and it's a turnover for the Fratmen with 40 seconds and closing down on the clock. Richards hands it off. Joseph to the right side. He's going to be tackled at about the 45, make it the 44. He'll be second in mid.
Just a little bit of a stretch play there, and he picked up about 3 yards. They don't seem to have I was looking at the stats earlier, and they had dominating run performances. I think they had 500-some yards rushing, and they just can't establish any type of run game right now, which I think is causing a little bit of issues for the Sooners.
It's going to be 2nd and 7 at the 44 officially. As Richards will set up with 3 players to his right, 3 on the left. 3 slot backs in motion. Richards throws it off. Abanyang down the right sideline. He gets a block, jukes 1, breaks to a 2nd, breaks to a 3rd as he's out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. And that will end off the first.
That's a great play call. They knew they were bringing heat. They just threw a little bit of a quick screen, tailback screen to Obenge. And I tell you, this kid can play. I mean, he can rumble. He's a big kid. He doesn't look like a tailback. He looks more like a fullback, but he's got great feet here. He dodges 3-4 guys, runs over a guy, and does a tremendous job getting the ball inside the 15-yard line here.
Once again, we end off the first quarter 24-0 Fratmen over the Ottawa Sooners in this one here on WeTV. With that, we'll be back in just a few moments. You're watching WeTV.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
We're about to start the second
And welcome back
here
to
in
Windsor here at Alumni Field.
They're wearing a black armband to remember a Windsor Essex official for a long time, John McDonald, who has passed away recently at the age of 67. So all the referees, once again, they're wearing black armbands in remembrance of him. So to keep that in mind. So now let's take it right back up to the booth with JP and Glenn Mills.
Thank you very much for the report, Aaron. Glenn, you wanted to say something?
That was just they tried a little bit of a quick hitch or quick slant, and again got knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Heads up to the defensive lineman that got his hands up.
Referring to the play that just happened, you've seen there to make it 2nd and goal. Ball at the 10-yard line after a great play by Albanier right at the first quarter end. Richards to the right side. It's incomplete over the intended target of LePage.
Yeah, again, just had a quick out there. Just a little bit too high.
That was Lasagna, pardon me, on that. As you've seen, over the reach, could not get an arm out to try and make a one-handed grab, and they're going to go for it on 3rd and 10. 3rd and goal. Second time that the Sooners are going to go on 3rd down. Richards, 3 slot backs in motion. He throws it to the end zone. Over the intended target, incomplete, and unable to get it to Bahati Malera.
You know, I'm not sure about that call. I think there you got at least 3, and you just get some type of momentum, you know, and get some type of positive. It was great that they drove the field, but again, you came out with nothing. It's very difficult to keep the kids motivated when you don't get opportunities like that. You don't cash in.
And we're just about 1 minute into the second quarter as the FRATMEN will take the possession of the ball once again. For those that are just tuning in, the FRATMEN have been for the past few weeks going with a quarterback rotation of sorts, starting Colton Allen along with straight out of high school Daniel Mayu, as they're going to go with Mayu this time behind center for this drive. Sets up for 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. Mayu hands it off. Nash Pryor dodges to the left, still trying to break through as he's brought down at about the 30, making the 26-yard line. Enough for a first down.
Great job on a little inside run there by Nash, and boom, he just gets up the middle of the field and gains yards.
And that's going to be, again, 1st and 10, officially ruled at the 25 as the knee was down at the 25-yard line, rather. As Mayu was set up with Pryor again in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left once again. Mayu to Pryor. Dodges off 1 tackler. Breaks through 2. Spins around and is brought down at the 32 for a gain of about 5.
You know, the one thing I noticed is you know, for week 3, just tackling is very sloppy. Again, 2 guys should have had him in the backfield and just couldn't finish the play. And 3 weeks in the season, the tackling should be much better. Right here, you see 67, misses him, doesn't bring his feet. Another young man has a chance. Number 8 misses him.
Yeah, you see the amount of time shuffling through. In terms of tackles, 47 total tackles for the Sooners coming into tonight in OFC action. Mayu throws it on this down. It's complete. Brought down by 2 different players at the 37 to Michael Ryan on the catch in the slot.
That's a great job. Dan, I coached Dan this summer at Ravens, and this young man has a very, very strong arm. And as you can see here, he puts this thing out here without any trouble. And, that's a nice, again, run and catch and big first down.
When it comes to Mayu, one of the positives that was mentioned coming into the season by Coach LaChance, the strong arm. And you see the action there from the strong arm there. 1st and 10 at the 37, 11:35, closing on down here in the second. Mayu looks to the left. Quick bubble play to Jared Hayes-Williams. He's going to be brought down at about the 35, maybe a gain of 2 at the most.
Great job. Great job. The Sooners getting to the football there. That was very, very solid. Just, again, quick screen, like wide receiver screen hitch type of situation, and they just closed on it very quickly.
They'll set up for 2nd and 8, officially at the 35. Mayu will have his men set up to the right in McCraney along with Michael Ryan once again setting up on the outside will be Omar Hayes-Williams. Looks to the right. McCraney around 1 defender. Tries to move on forward as he's brought down at about the 31.
They're definitely trying to get McCraney the football, and the main reason I think is you got the linebacker walked out on him. Just athletic ability-wise, you got one of your best players against the linebacker that probably isn't overly fast. So look for McCraney to probably make a ton more big plays because they're just the matchup they have with him is you have to go after him.
Coach LaChance told Aaron Sanders and I this too, involving him a lot of jet sweeps, a lot of verticals to get him involved tonight. Mayu, 3rd and 4, throwing it to the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, FRATMEN! Jared Hayes-Williams able to shut the defender to make it 30-0.
Now that was, again, there's another look at a strong arm. You're throwing from the far side of the field, the far hash, to the wide side of the field side, and he's on the hash. I mean, this is just to the So like that's a 45-yard throw, not including how far downfield this young man is. Like that's a heck of a football throw right there for a young man of his age.
Very impressive play to be able to make the play once again to Jared Hayes-Williams for the touchdown grab. Beaton will kick the extra point. It's good to make it 31-0 as the Fratmen continue the onslaught here on their home field at Alumni Field. Just approaching a third of the way through the second quarter. You can see Coach Ochons very happy with his offense for sure in this one.
Well, everything right now is going right. I mean, they're on a roll, and they make it look easy.
Absolutely here as they'll set up again for the kick drop. As let's look at the 2018 schedule for the AKO Fratmen. For those that missed the first game on August the 18th, the Fratmen lost to the Hamilton Hurricanes 51-12 to start off the season. But then last week on the road, won 73-14 over the Niagara Raiders. Then next week, London comes into town at 7 p.m. Then they're on a 2-game road stand against Hamilton and GTA before GTA comes back this way. Then it's finished off on the road. But with that, 31-0 once again as the Fratmen continue to try and get themselves to 2-1. And now trying to set up for the kickoff once again is Beaton. Beaton coming into tonight in terms of kickoffs, average in terms of returns, about 205 yards as a side. As they go down with the lower kick. Picked up at about the 20-yard line. Trying to get out of traffic, but brought down hard at about the 28-yard line is Torrey Hibbert.
That's great coverage by the Fratman. He picks the ball up, very, very minimal return. Great job getting downfield.
But let's talk about the Ottawa Sooners here, who are still looking for the first points, have had a few great opportunities and great drives, but have either turned over the ball or failed on third down.
Yeah, I mean, you got to capitalize when you get your opportunities, and they had an opportunity last drive to even at the worst get 3. I know it's only 3, but it's still something, and it's something to build off of, right? When you come out of there with nothing, and they had 2 balls in the end zone where they didn't connect, and it's very, very disheartening for the young men.
And Richards will now set up again on 1st and 10. Takes the snap, hands it off to Abanyang. Fakes it off to Abanyang, but misses the throw, trying to get to Mora on the right side. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I love the concept of it, and a real nice job. Fake inside handoff, fake zone, or fake jet motion, and then trying to deliver the ball to number 4, who was wide open. Fratman brought some heat. The Sooner line are big, but I tell you, they're not blocking many guys. They're not giving their quarterback a ton of time, and it's going to be a long, long night if they don't pick up their game.
And it's going to be Richards setting up on 2nd and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line. 9:26 to go in the second. As Richards immediately feels pressure, gets it up to Abanyang. Flag is down on the play on the sack as Abanyang's tackled at about the 39, 40-yard line.
And this is roughing the passer. Again, just a completely unnecessary penalty. That's going to give them an add-on here. So they're going to get the catch, then they're going to get another unnecessary roughness, another 10 yards, and automatic first down. This is going to be a number 2, and he does hit him late. The ball is gone, and he hits. Not only does he hit him late, he hits him high, and it's an uncalled for tackle.
We'll hear what the official call is from Jemmy.
Unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer. First down.
And again, moves the chains with the 15-yard penalty. Jalen Butcher is the one who is trying to make the play, as it's going to be now 1st and 10 at center field exactly.
I love the effort by Jalen, but you gotta let up and you gotta pull back. You just can't follow through.
Once again, you're watching Fratmen football on WeTV from Windsor, Ontario. As Richards hands it off, Abanyang swallowed up at center field directly, as that's going to be no gain. It's going to be about 2nd down and 10.
That's a solid, stout effort by the defensive front of the Fratmen. Again, they just beating the offensive lineman. If you look at the Sooners' old linemen, they're playing on their side of the line of scrimmage, which makes for a very, very long night.
It's again going to be 2nd and 10, still at center field, maybe shifted a bit more to the left. Fratman continue to swap out personnel. Among the changes, Hamza Iqbal brought in. We'll see what they do here on 2nd and 10. 3 slot backs in the motion, everyone in motion. Richards flags up on the play. Incomplete pass, but it looks like we might have offsides here.
This is going to be against the outside receiver. I think number 6 or number 8, whoever the outside guy for the Sooners was. He ran down the line of scrimmage and he leaned in. He leaned in heavily when he was going to break up field. I'm sure this is what they're going to call here.
Here's the official call.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. See if they accept the play. Again, Alex Jemmy, the head referee for tonight. Chris Patton, the umpire. Brent Webster is the head linesman. The side judge is Joe Cooper. Cooper, along with Bruce Carter and Todd Whited.
Offside on the offense. That penalty's declined.
3rd down.
2nd down.
3rd down. This should be 3rd down.
I think he accidentally said 2nd down here, as you can see some of the fans here along the sideline. The offensive offside penalty is declined to keep it at the 55-yard line. But a lot of fans here at attendance at Alumni Field for tonight.
There we go. Now they got it right here, 3rd down. They're going to punt. I'll tell you what I seen last punt, I would be bringing heat if I was AKO. I mean, this guy took forever to punt the ball. The snap was very, very slow and high. And then I think he took about 3 steps to punt. You got 10 minutes to block this thing.
And we'll see if they do exactly that. 3 men set up at the line. Make it 4. Abenye muffs the snap.
Again, wow.
Hang time about 3.5 seconds as it rolls out at the 30, maybe the 31.
I just don't understand why AKO is not bringing pressure here.
With that, we'd like to once again remind you today, one of today's presenting sponsors of AKL Fratman football on we-tv.ca is Natas Athletic Incorporated, established in 1946. Be sure to go there tomorrow morning. And with that, the Fratman offense comes back onto the field about halfway through the 2nd quarter. 31-0's the score as they continue the onslaught offensively. Going to set on up again for 1st and 10. Ball officially ruled at the 30-yard line as they will keep Daniel Mayo into the game at the quarterback spot.
3-by-1 to the field side here. Let's see what they're going to do.
2 defenders set up on the side of the field referred to as Mayo rolls left. Gets it to the middle of the field to the slot. It's complete. And it's going to be brought down at about the 39-yard line to the play to Brandon McCraney. Brandon McCraney able to make the play there.
You know, they move the back. The back leaves early here to set the edge so that they can roll out Dan. And Dan does a nice job finding the inside guy right in the middle of the field, and nice completion.
And it moves it to 2nd and short, 2nd and 1, as you see the skyline here at Alumni Field. Once again, it had rained just 2 hours prior to kickoff as there is a player down on the field. And not what you want to see. This is Kyle Jennings, who is being checked out by the training staff, it looks like. Trying to make sure something, pardon me, a timeout has been officially called, in fact, by the Sooners. Apologies to that, as you can see them refreshing now on the timeout for the 2nd and 1. Of course, coming around the corner is the Windsor Spitfires in their 2018-19 home opener as they take on the Guelph Storm on Thursday, September 20th. There are a lot of good tickets still available for the matchup at the WFCU Center. You can go either online to WFCU-center.com, in person at the box office, or contact by phone at 519-254-5000, extension 1. We hope to see you there. With that, it's 2nd and 1 after the official timeout. Justin Prince alongside Glenn Mills, legendary head coach, on time with the Essex Ravens in Windsor, Essex County. As Mayu hands it off. Pryor trying to move forward, brought down at about the 49-yard line. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Fratmen.
You know, Nash does a great job getting upfield, and then all of a sudden he gets to the receiver and he completely stops his feet. He's got to continue just to blow that upfield, and I think this is a big gain if he just doesn't dance at the slot trying to block.
It's going to be 1st and 10 again at the 49-yard line. Once again, 2 timeouts to remain for the Fratmen, 1 for the Sooners. Mayu with a back to his right. Nash Pryor still behind as Pryor gets the handoff. Moves left. Still trying to be brought down as the whistle's called at about the 52-yard line. It'll be 2nd down.
A little bit of a counter there, a little bit of a counter tray look or G counter. They show misdirection with the fullback, and then they pull the lineman, and he leads up the hole.
You see the sideline again, Colton Allen, part of a rotation of sorts as they continue to solidify the starting quarterback position as Nash Pryor will go to the sideline for the 2nd and 6. Mayu, new back in the game for him. Ali Dejinko will start up behind him. 2 slot backs in the motion. Mayu rolls to the left. Has to scramble forward. Has the first down. Down the sideline to the 30. Steps out at the 29. Good speed from Mayu there to be able to roll that forward.
That's a great decision by Dan. I mean, I understand, he'll want to flex your muscle a little bit, but again, you're a quarterback. You probably just step out of bounds here. Instead, he drops his shoulder a little bit, and he whacks this guy, and again, get out of bounds, unnecessary hit.
And that brings it down to the 29-yard line for 1st and 10. Mayu will set up. Dejinko still the back. Full back to his left. Still have 2 receivers on each side for 1st and 10. Slot backs in the motion. Mayu, 1st and 10. Feels pressure. Avoids 1 sack. Throws out of a second. It's incomplete. McCraney, the intended receiver.
Yeah, that, again, great job, avoiding the tackle, avoiding the sack, and getting the ball out. And, unfortunately, Brandon McCraney can't hang on to it here, but this is a good job. Great effort by 48.
Yeah, great effort. That was trying to get the sack. Jomi Masonor, who just had that great effort before the throw by Mayu. It's 2nd and 10 now at the 29.
Here's the Sooners again. They're just bringing everybody. They show it super early. It hasn't worked out for them, I don't think, so far this game.
And we have a timeout called on the field. As once again, our next broadcast of Windsor AKO Fratmen football for the Ontario Football Conference is Saturday, September 8th against the London Beefeaters. That will be estimated kickoff time at 7 p.m. Eastern Time at the University of Windsor's Alumni Field here in Windsor, Ontario. We hope to see you here on we-tv.ca. And that should be a good matchup, too, against London.
Yeah, I watched the London, a little bit of the London-Hamilton game. I think it was last week. And I think it ended up 28-14, so it was a pretty solid contest. So that should be a good game.
London once again coming into tonight 1-1. They are playing against Niagara tonight. On Monday, GTA is taking on Hamilton as the timeout finishes off. 1 timeout for each side now as the Fratmen use the first of their 2 timeouts as they try to extend the lead up 31-0. Mayu on 2nd and 10. Ball at the 29-yard line. We'll have Nash Pryor back as the running back. On the left side of the field, Jared Hayes-Williams has 1 touchdown catch. He'll set up on the outside. Omar Hayes-Williams will move to the right side. The snap, the jet sweep, and brought down to the backfield is McCraney for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, they were sitting waiting on that, and as all for naught. I don't think they might have gained a yard, maybe not even a yard.
Not even ruled any gain whatsoever. 3rd and 10. And it looks like they're going to bring out the special teams unit, it appears. That's going to bring out Andrew Beaton, who has made 1 field goal so far tonight. This would be his longest attempt of the season at about the 35, if not the 36. As the wind has died down at the perfect time, although it is still blowing here and there from south to north. beaten. The kick is up. Returner goes back. The kick is good. It's 34-0 FRATMEN.
That's a nice job. He probably got another 5 yards on his leg there, but we got a flag on the far side of the field, so let's see what happens there. I think this is going to be an offside Ottawa, which is going to be all for naught. They're not going to take points off the board.
Yeah, and you can see them go to the sideline now, and it looks like this penalty, as you mentioned, should be declined. And again, they're going to have to set up about that 30, 35-yard line either way.
So it is declined, and the points stay on the board, so it's 34-0 here.
34-0, as where's again the view of Alex Jemmy, the referee for tonight's action. Head referee for OFC officials. Where's the white cap up on the field? Once again, our presenting sponsor for tonight's broadcast is Harold Remark from Royal Page Binder Real Estate. If you're looking to find your next home, contact Harold Remark today. For about 4:05 to go in the first half as Richards takes the snap, throws it on the screen. Able to get it to about the 50, if not the 52-yard line, as Danny Obenyen able to get the good play on the screen.
They execute the screen very, very well. They see the pressure coming again. He just dumps it over top. And I tell you, the Samuel young man, he outruns his lineman. He doesn't wait for him. He just gets rolling, and he carries guys for the first down.
Rolled at officially the 50 with 3:35 to go in the first half for 1st and 10 as the Sooners still trying to get on the board tonight. Richards will set up with the back to the right. Obenyen. 3 slot backs in the motion as Richards feels pressure. Obenyen gets the reception. Dodges through to about the 53-yard line for the FRATMEN side. As that's not enough for a first down, it'll be a 2nd and short.
Again, he should have been tackled basically at the line of scrimmage. He does a real nice job here, a little dance, and jukes out number 5 and picks up about 7 yards.
And it's going to be let's see the official ruling here.
3-minute warning.
3-minute warning as mentioned there. That's going to stop the clock. 2nd and 3 officially at the 53. As now the pressure's on to try and get the points up on the board. 3-minute warning underway for the first half. As Richards throws it out of the hard hit. Incomplete down the sideline. And a player is down. Samuel LePage is down on the play.
This young man seriously hurt himself. I don't know if he pulled his groin or he did something, but he went down instantly, and he has not moved since.
And that is not good. So look at the play.
He's running and he goes down. He's not even close to the ball. He just goes down right now.
Immediately going down, and you can see the trained staff immediately checking him on the sideline from both the FRATMEN and the Sooners sides. You never want to see a player get hurt, that's for sure. With that, we'll be back in just a few moments. You're watching AKO FRATMEN football. 34-0 is the score on WE TV.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
And welcome back to Windsor, Ontario for more action from Alumni Field. As you can see, being carried off the field is Samuel LePage after what appears to be what could be a serious injury. Helping him off this field is Sean O'Dwyer to the left, to the right, Obaza Ozuzawa, pardon me. And again, you never want to see a player get hurt, and this is a crucial one for this team and Samuel LePage.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think he's just a groin injury, or it could be a hamstring. He just went down so fast.
And it's 3rd and 3, and as the Sooners are going to keep their offensive set on the field, 3rd time going for a 3rd down conversion. As Richards feels pressure, backing up, throws it down the sideline, but batted down, incomplete. Anthony Gareb able to bat it out of the air on what could have been a big play to Obenyang.
That's a real nice job by that young man. At first, I thought he was just going to be overthrown. I thought he was just going to get it over top him, and then number 5 is able to Anthony Garib is able to come in and make a play. Oh, great job! Yeah, he was wide open. That was a touchdown. That young man doesn't make that play.
An absolutely huge defensive play. It's now 1st and 10 at the AKO 53 with 2:41 to go on the clock. And they're going to keep Mayu into the game with the big lead, up 34-0. Nash Pryor, the running back. 3 slapbacks on the field as Mayu. Quick play in the middle of the field as that's going to be complete for a gain of a few to McCraney. And a flag is down after the play. We'll have to see what this flag might be.
This is somebody talking. This looks like AKO because he's looking back at him. He's looking back at the huddle. Somebody said something.
And you can see them discussing the official ruling here. What the call is. Either way, it looks like Fratman are going to move back.
It's
objectionable conduct on the offense. 2nd down.
So now it's going to be not 2nd and 5. Now we're going back. It's going to be 2nd and 15 because it's an add-on penalty. So it goes from where the ball ended back 10 yards and rolled it down.
The last time the AKO Fratmen, they played here at home, they had a series of them. In fact, that led to a 45-yard penalty against the Hurricanes in the home opener. As again, that's going to be an objectionable conduct play once again for the flag. 2nd and 15 now as Mayu will set up once again under center. Pryor the back. Pryor will be moved in motion as Mayu. Quick play through the arms of the receiver. It's incomplete. Marcus Cooper, the intended receiver, it's 3rd down. As that will bring in the punt unit.
And again, that's, AKO is automatically going to, it looks like any type of 2nd and long situation. The Sooners are lining up and basically, a 7 up front where they're bringing everybody, playing straight man across the board, and AKO's audible into it, just boom, like some type of quick hitter 1-on-1. So that time they dropped the ball.
This is once again going to lead to an air kick by Andrew Beaton as he'll be set to punt things off. Last of the players coming onto the field as Iqbal is going to be brought to block on the right side. 2 receivers set up in the back. Beaton. The kick just got it off in time as it bounces at the 36. Bounce back to Asana as he'll rush down to the left side. Gets a block. Tries to rush to the corner. He's brought down at about center field on a nice return.
Yeah, it was a real solid return. He took it from the short side of the field all the way across the field, and I think the net gain there for AKO, we're looking at probably about that was about a 10-yard difference from where they kicked the ball, where they snapped the ball from.
Going to be ruled officially at their own 54. And coming into tonight, the Sooners had averaged just 12.9 yards an attempt in terms of punt returns, as that one has to be one of the longer ones of the season so far for them. Richards will set up on 1st and 10. Takes the snap, passes to the right, towards the slot as it's incomplete. Intended receiver was Tarek Volson. 2:10 is on the clock as he'll be 2nd and 10.
I tell you, he's got guys wide open. He's just he's a little bit high. I think he's worried about the rush, and he's trying to get the ball out a little bit quicker than he wants to. He had a lot of time there. He just again overthrew.
And it'll be 2nd and 10 with 2:10 to go in the first half. As Richards communicates to his teammates, says there's going to be 4 players to his right, just 1 on the outside on the left. Richards backs up, gets it over the Swats to the screen. Obenyang dives on forward and is able to get to about maybe the 49 or the 48. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Great job by the DB there to come up and make that play. That was an outstanding job.
Yep, it's going to be officially ruled 3rd and 3 at the 49. A great job again either way. And they're going to go for another attempt at a third down conversion appears.
Tell you, they are definitely a risk-taking football team. I can tell you that. They haven't punted too many times.
And a timeout has been called on the field. And Ottawa's the one calling the said timeout as they're going to try and communicate things over to Thompson Richards, who has had an up-and-down game, as we are officially just under the 2-minute mark for 3rd and 3. You can see along the sideline some players being prepped on up. That is, I believe that is Samuel Tashani, who is along the sideline, who has been the main running back for the FRATMEN so far in the first 2 games. We've seen more carries, though, for Nash Pryor in this one.
Yeah, he was limping fairly badly on the sideline. I watched earlier. He hasn't played too much, and I don't think you'll see much action on a 34-0 football game. I'd probably try and rest the young man and get him healthy.
Oh, it's a good sign, good thing again, rather, as we're officially at the 49 once again. For those just tuning in, at 3rd and 3, FRATMEN are up 34-0 over the Ottawa Sooners, as the FRATMEN try and win their 2nd straight. Sooners coming into tonight with a perfect 2-0 record to start off 2018 in the CJFL. Richards looks to the right, has to scramble. He's brought down for the sack. And Anthony Gareb able to bring him down in the backfield, as now bringing it to FRATMEN possession in Sooners territory.
You got quads to the left, and you got zero protection on the backside here. You don't keep the back in the block. I don't understand the play call when it's 3rd and, I think it was about 3rd and 3, and you just don't set your quarterback up to be successful there.
And that's going to make it as well, FRATMEN football at the Sooners 50. They're going to keep Mayu out on the field with 2 receivers to the left, 3 on the right, 2 set up in the slot, 3 to be exact. Defensive line shifts as Mayu feels the pressure, gets out of the pressure as he rolls to the right, calls for the receiver down the sideline. It's caught. A big completion. This one still moving on forward to the 10, brought down at about the 7 as Omar Hayes-Williams is able to make a spectacular play.
48 has him cold in the backfield, and again, very sloppily tackles him, comes off the edge untouched right here, doesn't break down, tries to arm tackle, and Dan makes a great job running out of the pocket, moving around, and this is a great catch. Great catch, great concentration.
And that was another good read again for Mayu to say, I want you, get deep. And he's able to make the catch in traffic. Makes it 1st and goal at the 8. Approaching 1 minute to go in the first half. Mayu, feeling pressure already, throws it quickly, it's incomplete. Intended for Marcus Cooper. He'll be 2nd and goal at the 8. We'll see what they decide to do here on the 2nd and goal. So you look at the FRATMEN sideline, trying to get the right personnel here, or at least try and get the proper play. And Mayo's been very impressive in this one, again, with the rotation basis with Colton Allen. 2nd and goal.
I had to bring a new ball in here. I think they lost the last ball in the water, or God knows where it's at, but they couldn't seem to retrieve it, so they got a new one.
That explains the slight delay again. It poured hard for about 35-40 minutes before this game as Mayu throws it as it's batted away and incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
There's that pressure again. They're dialing up and trying to get rid of the ball real quick, and that time they knocked it down.
And it's going to be 1:06 to go now in the first half, 3rd and 8.
Coach LaChance is he's going for the kill shot here. He wants a touchdown. He's not kicking field goals. He wants to make a statement here.
We'll see if he can make said statement as Mayu will set up on 3rd and goal at the 8. 5 wide receivers. 3 in the motion as Mayu. Tricky play. Cooper to the left side. Spins out of one play, but is brought down at the 7 as it'll be Sooners ball with 1 minute to go just underneath in the first half.
Yeah, I'm not sure Not sure I understand that play call, but that's why I'm sitting up here and they're down there. I mean, they thought they were going to just try and run side, but a little bit of trickery, and the Sooners did a great job staying home.
I mean, with Cooper, a few times he's gotten the ball and then it was able to break through multiple layers of the defense. Maybe that was the thought process, but there was a flag down on the field.
Here we got an objectionable conduct call again against the FRATMEN, so now we're moving it up 10 more yards. And it's just a free 10 yards. I mean, that's the stuff we talk about right there. It's
objectionable conduct on White. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And it's just unnecessary. It's an unnecessary penalty.
I agree with you for sure on that, as that moves it to about the 17, maybe 18-yard line. Just under a minute to go in the first half here on WeTV. Richards in the Sooners offense looking to break through as 3 slot backs in the motion. Richards up the middle, it's incomplete. Lashana was the intended receiver as it'll be 2nd and 10.
And that's a good job passing the football. Like, that's got to be caught. I mean, he did a nice job delivering the ball that goes right through the young man's hands, and just can't have that, again, in this situation at this time of the game, where you're at and stuff like that, especially 34-0. You got to make plays.
You definitely do, as it's 56.6 seconds to go in the first half of the incompletion. FRATMEN will have 4 defensive linemen in the box. 2 linebackers set up as the slot backs are in motion. Richards moves away from the pressure. Screen play again. Abanye moves forward, has the first down, breaks through 1 layer, and it's brought down at about the 39.
There's now, again, another formation screen. They, at times, a little bit of a middle screen. He sets up like he's blocking inside and just dump it over top. So multiple formation of screens to get the ball to this young man. And I tell you, like I said before, he's a load. He can run.
He can absolutely run. And they've utilized it a few times tonight as the clock is back rolling. Richards looks to the left side, batted away. It's incomplete. Trying to go back to the screen to Abanye as he drops that one.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a little bit of play action to Abanye and then hit the number 2 or number 3 down the seam, and because they're biting on it, right? They're biting on 25, and they're hesitating a second. I think if he delivers the ball, it could be a touchdown, but they're not doing any type of play action or really forcing the ball downfield right now. I mean, it's 35 seconds to go in a game. You should be throwing the ball down the field.
36 seconds to go in the first half now. It's at 2nd and 10. Ball at the 38-yard line for the Sooners. Richards looking to the left again. This time it's caught. Lasana able to get to about the 46, maybe the 47, and it's going to be close, maybe 3rd and 1.
Ooh, that's a difficult spot.
And this would be, I believe, the 5th time going for a 3rd down conversion.
No, they're punting here, which you just went for. You just went for a 3rd and 4 at the 50-yard line. Now you got a 3rd and 1, and I understand it's at your 50, but I mean by the time you snap the ball, you can run almost this entire clock down, and you can at least play for the first down. But I don't know. Now they're going to punt this away.
We'll see if they let the clock roll down. No, they will not. Abanye runs forward, then punts it off, as this is going to be brought to about the 15, bouncing back to the end zone. Picked on up in the end zone as they'll just move it away from said end zone. This play could be big. Down the sideline, dodging to the left. Lewis still going. Lewis gets to about the 41 with about 3 seconds as the clock reaches 0. And Lewis able to get to about the 42, 43-yard line as the clock has reached full zeros.
They're going to give one play. I think they're going to give one play here.
Because I think the play was originally brought down with maybe 2, maybe 1 second to go, as they'll have one last play, as you mentioned, before they head to the locker rooms.
I'll tell you, I thought Abanye was going to keep it. Like when he kicked that ball, he was probably about 1.5 yards, for away from the first down. He probably could have fell for the first down. I thought he was going to fake it and run it, and then he just kicked it last second.
I don't know what the thought process was on that either, to be honest.
Like, I mean, if you look at the net gain again, I mean, yeah, he did a great job punting inside the 5-yard line, but the return was to the 43, so it didn't do anything for him.
5 wide receivers as Mayu. Last play of the half. Gets it to Lewis. Breaks off one tackle. Shed to second. Goes to center field. And he's brought down at about the 50-yard line as that will end things off for the first half at Alumni Field. The AKO Fratmen offensively have been dominant. 34-0 is your score at halftime from Windsor, Ontario. As we'll have to see what some of the thoughts are here for this one, as the Sooners looking to maybe change some things up before the half. But with that, you'll hear those thoughts from Aaron Sanders for your halftime coverage here on WE TV. With that, you're watching AKO Fratmen football from Windsor, Ontario on we-tv.ca.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
We is the premier video streaming production company in southwestern Ontario. We are We Digital. We are busy. I mean really busy. We Digital is now recruiting hard-working, creative team players to try out for our team. Camera operators, audio specialists, web and social media geeks, hosts, media students, and some that just want to learn the ropes. Send us a resume, a demo reel with your best work, along with a cover letter that will snag an interview with our producers. Streaming is the future. Come and be part of what's next.
All right, welcome back to Alumni Field here. Aaron Sanders bringing the action to you at halftime. Joining me is one of the assistant coaches for the Ottawa Sooners, Mike Alum. And Mike, it didn't look good in the first half. What did you see over there?
What we saw is it was just a rough start. A lot of unlucky plays at the beginning of the game, and it just set us back a little bit. But we're just going to continue to work through it and make adjustments at halftime.
With those adjustments at halftime, what do you think would be the key here in the second half?
Just execute. Actually, plain and simple. Like right now, our quarterback's getting there's a little bit of pressure on him right now, and he's just got to calm down a little bit in the pocket and make some throws. And our receivers just got to catch the ball, and our O-line's got to block. So we just need to do a better job overall.
With the game notwithstanding, you guys are starting off the season 2-0. Talk about how this season's going on and how are the players gelling into Coach Luigi Costanzo.
Oh, you know what? During practice and honestly going into the last few weeks in which we practice, you know what? Everyone's coming together as a team, and we have very much a family approach. And to be honest with you, like a game like this isn't going to stop us from going together as a family. It's going to be a bump in the road, and we're going to just learn from our mistakes.
This was the last time the both Sooners and the Fratmen played here in Windsor was 2 years ago in the OFC semifinals. Was that brought into the game plan today as sorts of inspiration?
Oh, 100%. So there's a few guys left on that team that still played and remember that game, and they brought it with us. But unfortunately, right now it's not showing on the field. But you know what? We're going to obviously bring that up at halftime and just make sure that we finish this game strong.
All right, fair enough. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for your time. Coach Mike Alum, one of the assistant coaches for the Ottawa Sooners. I'm going to bring in Mike Morency. Taking care of business right now, 34-0. Coach, your thoughts for the first 30 minutes there?
Well, you know, we're playing good in all three facets of the game. Offense is doing a real good job protecting the passer. Nash Pierce done a really good job running the ball tight, 27. Defense, outside of not playing the screens and the draws, well, we're playing pretty good, but we've got a injury, so we're running some guys in and out. So it shows a little bit of our lack of depth at some spots. But overall, our best performance this year in the 3 games so far.
Was this basically part of your game plan going into practice a couple of days ago?
Oh, yeah. We got some tremendous athletes on the offensive. We want to get the ball down there. We got 2 kids that can throw really well, so we're going to throw the ball a lot. But Pryor showed us some really good stuff in the running game tonight. Defensively, a couple things we got to fix time, and like I said, to play that screen pass a little bit. It's really all they got going. Specials, we haven't been out there much, but we've been okay. We got some nice and so pretty solid game plan all the way around. Things are going about the way we envisioned during the week.
Well, Nick Pryor is putting on fantastic exhibition along with the 2 quarterbacks who are splitting time again, Colton Allen and Dan Mayu. Was like, what were your thoughts on them during the first 3 weeks of the season?
Well, you know what? They're both playing so well, we can't make a decision on who's who. So we're going to play them both for the first 4 weeks, then we'll figure it out. So Mike's going to give both of them 2 starts, and then other guys are going to play. But I'll tell you what, not a lot separates them right now, and that's a great thing to have is 2 kids that can throw the football. So in that situation, things are going real well for us.
You got it. Mike, thank you for your time. Best of luck to you in the second half. All right, at the half, the score is the 4 and the Ottawa Sooners no score. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we return, we're going to be talking to Jerry Oram, one of the longtime officials in Windsor, Essex County, right after you watch this.
Hi, I'm Luke Wilson of Detroit Lions. For the best local sports programming, make sure to tune in to WeTV.
All right, welcome back here at Alumni Field. Joining me the time of here in the Windsor, Essex County, Jerry Oram. And Jerry, first off, the condolences to John McDonald and his family who passed recently. You've known him for a long time. I mean, what are type of the memories you remember of him?
Well, my first memory always of John is when he had a penalty. He, of course, threw the flag, and then all of a sudden there'd be another one, and you'd see him walking down, throwing his hat, and then throwing something else. He was always that constant referee that you could count on, that was fair, and really enjoyed what he was doing with the kids. So we lost a great guy. There is no doubt about that, and hopefully we'll do a couple other things for him this year, for him and his family, and let him know that the referees that are left behind are here and still love him.
In addition to all the fairness, how respected was he as a part of the whole officiating group here in the Windsor, Essex County?
I would say John certainly would be up in the top 4 or 5 officials with respect. There's always times you're going to get a little bit of verbal talk back and forth, which John didn't take too well. But he was great. He was fair. He knew everything that you had to do. And like I say, working with the kids, he loved that. Most of us officials do love that.
And they love them as well, and because we've seen the black armbands being sported by the officials today, there it is right there. So once again, it's a sheer testament of how respected and how valuable this man was to the whole officiating field here in the Windsor, Essex County.
Yeah, we lost a great guy. Johnny still had, I think, many years ahead of him, but he's almost one of those perfect guys. We all love John. We never always seen all together, but we were. And I certainly thank you guys for allowing us to come on and talk about a great guy.
No question about it. This is one of the most highly respected figures in the Windsor, Essex County in the officiating department. We thank you for your time for coming in here and say a few words about John McDonald. That's Jerry Oram, one of the officials here in the Windsor, Essex County. We're going to part away, and when we come back, we'll have the second half with JP Justin Prince and Coach Glenn Mills. But for now, this.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
We is the premier video streaming production company in southwestern Ontario. We are We Digital. We are busy. I mean really busy. We Digital is now recruiting hardworking, creative team players to try out for our team. Camera operators, audio specialists, web and social media geeks, hosts, media students, and some that just want to learn the ropes. Send us a resume, a demo reel with your best work, along with a cover letter that will snag an interview with our producers. Streaming is the future. Come and be part of what's next.
Hi, I'm Luke Wilson of the Detroit Lions. For the best local sports programming, make sure to tune in to WeTV.
Welcome back, everyone, to Windsor, Ontario for more coverage of CJFL football in the Ontario Football Conference as the Windsor AKL FRATMEN lead 34-0 heading into the second half. Justin Prince alongside Coach Glenn Mills, as it was a heck of a start for the FRATMEN in that first half offensively. Now, the question is, what do you expect to see in the second half?
I think you'll see. I think from AKO, you'll see a lot of guys get in that give them some experience, give them some opportunity, and rest some of the guys. Because the next few games coming down the road here are going to be pretty solid. So, 34-0 defensively, you probably won't see much change. They'll probably keep their starters in just to keep playing pretty solid defense.
Once again, at the start of the game, the Sooners had won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. And well, they're going to need a spark here in this one, down 34-0. As Beaton will set up for a kickoff once again. Two returners set up deep for the Ottawa Sooners. As Beaton going to start things off for the second half. This one picked up at about the 5-yard line, bobbled a bit. Going to be returned down the right side. Still scrambling to try and bring him down, and brought down at about maybe the 27. Mr. Ray Hibbert is the one brought down. Let's look at the halftime stats here. And this is a big contrast in terms of a lot of these stats. 13-5 for first downs. The passing game almost 300 yards with 119 rushing yards. Total 383. But one of the main things you noted, 4 penalties, 65 yards for AKO.
And that's what's going to, it's been hurting them. That's what's going to continue to hurt them against good teams. You get away with it against the bad teams. You can't get away with it against good teams. So those make you, they make it count.
And Richards will set up for his first play of the second half. Looks to the left, bubble screen. Tarek Velson cuts to the left side and is brought down at about the 33-yard line. A gain of about maybe 5. It'll be second and mid.
I love the play call. I just, the young man getting the football just doesn't seem to be the quickest player out there. And I mean, he picks up 6, but he was wide open when he caught that ball. It should have been much bigger of a gain.
Last game, Volson got 4 receptions, 79 yards, averaged about 19.8 a reception. That was against the GTA Grizzlies in a 28-9 victory last week. 2nd and 4 as whistles called on the play, and it looks like this one might be going back.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think 92 jumped, and then the guard protected himself here. This is going to be you never know what these get with the two line judges. You just never know what you're going to get.
And you're right, he did jump. False start, it looks like. That would be on Jordan Krug.
Offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
So Jordan Krug draws the penalty that gives the Sooners their first down of the second half. With that, the Sooners will go 5 wide for first down and 10. Now at the 40-yard line. Just past a minute into the third quarter at Alumni Field. Richards looks to the right, has his man. Malera trying to move forward as he's brought down at about the 45, maybe the 46. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, just a real quick out, and he just dives upfield for about a 5-yard gain.
Ruled officially at the 46, as it'll be 2nd and 4 once again for the Sooners. Wind starting to pick up from south to north here in Windsor, Ontario, just a few kilometers away from the Ambassador Bridge and Detroit, Michigan, here at Alumni Field at the University of Windsor campus. Richards with 2 receivers, make it 3 to his right. 3 slot backs in the motion. Hands it off to Joseph. Joseph runs into a crowd as this is going to be short, maybe 3rd and 1. Third and short coming up for the Ottawa Sooners, it appears here.
And that's what I was expecting much more to see from the Ottawa Sooners, especially when you look at their stats pre-game. They were heavily run orientated, and I think that's maybe the fifth run this so far in this game.
And it looks like they're going to bring out the punt unit. And this is again Danny Obenyang. They're trying to go for it at the line. Are they going to get it as they go into a dog pile?
He's got this. They got it. They got it. They've already marked it.
And able to keep the play for the first down. And you've seen this coming immediately. This was the previous play that set this up from Benjamin Joseph to get to 3rd and 1. And then you've seen the dog pile to be able to get the first down.
Yeah, and if you look, it's funny, if you look at that last play, I think the ball was spotted very close to the 50-yard line. They were a half a yard short. The ball's still on the 50-yard line, and it's a first down.
Either way, 1st and 10, fake handoff, quick play, huge hit. LaShawna still holds on just past center field, but a huge hit from Jalen Butcher.
Yeah, that's, again, a solid tackle. I'm surprised with the new rules they have in effect now that they're not, that's not a flag. I mean, he definitely left his feet. He led with his arms, but he definitely left his feet to, to make a very, very big hit.
2nd and 2 now as it's at the 52, approaching 4 minutes into this 3rd quarter in Windsor. Richards, fake handoff. Throws to the right, but batted at the line. It's incomplete. Looks like it was batted down by Matt O'Neill. And it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Again, tons of pressure they're brought. They don't bring their back in the block. They try and jet motion their back across, and he takes far too long to deliver the ball. Like if they're bringing heat, you got to deliver the ball instantly.
3rd down conversion coming up once again as Richards will stay on the field. Last time had a 3rd and short, couple extra yards to deal with. A 3rd and 2 at the 52-yard line in AKO FRATMEN territory. Richards, 3 people moving, hands it off to Joseph. Joseph trying to push on forward as he's short.
He does not get this. He's definitely short. Definitely short. He was hit and stopped immediately.
And this is going to be a turnover on downs, and here comes the Windsor FRATMEN for their first drive of the 2nd half after a strong 34 points scored. A lot of those coming in the 1st quarter, in fact, as well. With that, let's throw it down to Aaron Sanders. Aaron?
All right, JP, thank you. Earlier in the 2nd quarter, number 3 of the Ottawa Sooners, Samuel LePage, down into an injury, but after talking to one of the trainers, first half came to an end. It has been official. Samuel LePage will be ruled out of the game due to a groin injury. Once again, Samuel LePage went down in the 2nd quarter with a groin injury. He is out for the remainder of the game. Now let's take the you.
Thank you very much, Aaron. As now 1st and 10 for Colton Allen. Quick play and brought down for maybe a loss of a couple to McCraney. He'll be 2nd down.
That's a great job by number 48 stepping out of the box and picking up the number 4 receiver. I'll tell you, at the beginning of this play, you see they were late rotating over, and the number 3 was wide open. But 48 did a great job adjusting on that.
2nd and 11 now on the field at the 49 after that play. And for those that just heard that report, apologies for the slight technical difficulty. Samuel LePage out for the game with a groin injury after injury you've seen in the 2nd quarter. That was along the right sideline for those that remember for the Ottawa Sooners. Allen will set up. And this is going to be offsides, an offensive offsides, in fact. And it looks like 2 different players were at least 5 yards up the field before the snap. Once again, head official for tonight's action for the Red referee, is Alex Jemmy.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Procedure.
Illegal procedure there, as you see there. For the American football equivalent, that official call is usually ruled for false start. As with the illegal procedure, moves it back to 2nd and 16. If you're just tuning in and you're watching AKO FRATMEN football on WeTV here in the CJFL, the OFC Game of the Week. 2 slot backs in the motion. Allen feeling pressure in the pocket. It's going to be almost picked off and incomplete. Travell Wisdom was in the spot of the incompletion. We got flags on the field. Looks like we might have objectionable conduct coming up at center field. And this gets to the point where there's a lot of the penalties. So let's look at the replay first off.
Yeah, this is just trying to throw the ball away, and then a little bit of a mix-up. It looked like Kyle Jennings and the big defensive lineman inside there were mixing it up a little bit. Crazy part is this going to be an automatic first down here, you know. Even though it's a 15-yard penalty, doesn't get them a first down. It's an automatic first down.
Unnecessary roughness on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Yeah, an automatic first down comes with it.
That moves it to the 51-yard line. Originally would have been 3rd and 16.
You know, that's a difficult penalty. I mean, you got them off the field there. You get your opportunity to come back, and you can't control yourself, and you take a foolish penalty.
You got to think as smart as you can for sure when you're on the field by far, especially when you're down this big and wanting to at least maybe get some momentum. As they continue to discuss things before taking the snap here, resetting the clock. It's at 9:05 for the third quarter. Once again, one of our official presenting partners for tonight's broadcast is Harold Remark. If you're looking for your next home or looking to find another home, contact Harold Remark at Royal LePage Binder Real Estate today. And now it looks like Luigi Costanzo has come out to the middle of the field to plead his case after the 15-yard penalty plus automatic first down. And I mean, either way, the penalty is already set up. I wonder what he's trying to say here.
I think he's arguing that there was more than 15 yards before the first down was gained. He's saying it was 3rd and 16, and you only went up 15 yards, should be 3rd and 1. But with any UR comes an automatic first down.
Exactly, and I think that's exactly what he might have been saying there. Is now they're going to be setting on up for 1st and 10 at the 51. So they're going to set up on the right side of the field. This is going to be Omar Hayes-Williams. On the left side will be Jared Hayes-Williams. They're set up as the wide receivers. 2 receivers move to the slot back spots. Make it 3. Cooper in the motion. Fake handoff. Allen looking, twirling around. Scrambles to the right. Calls his shot. Stopped at center field as he's going to be brought down. What might be ruled as a sack right at the line of scrimmage. Only 2nd down.
Good decision not to throw the ball. Just eat it. You know what? And you get a second opportunity. A lot of misdirection here. A lot of fakes, and then, you know, Colton does a good job getting out with his feet. Just go down there.
It looked like, too, he was trying to signal for McCraney to try and get open, but by the time he did, he was surrounded by different players. Either way, it's 2nd and 11 at the 52-yard line. Approaching halfway through the third quarter. 3 slot backs in the motion. Allen. He's going to be brought down and immediately stripped. It's going to be a turnover as the Sooners jump on the ball immediately. Jumping on the play is Martin Samuel from the defensive line.
That was just a guy coming hot off the edge outside. I think it's 48 again coming. This kid's a football player, and he levels them. I mean, that's a great job. And, you know, number 92 is just Johnny on the spot making the play. But there's Joey.
Joey Masonor was the one who made that sack to strip the ball. Martin Samuel was the one who was able to jump on it immediately. That was a heck of a defensive play.
48 is having a tremendous football game. He is all over the field today, making tons of tackles and coverage. You know, just forced a sack fumble there.
And that's going to help his Sooners side try and maybe get momentum. Still down 34-0 halfway through the third quarter. Richards, bubble screen. And this one's broken up. It's incomplete. No flags down on the play. The intended receiver was Tarek Volson.
This is very, very close. I thought you'd get a flag here. I think the guy interferes with him before he actually touches the football. Let's take a look at it. Oh, it's very, very close, but no flag, and it's 2nd down. Lakon.
That was like Lakon Adawu, who played last year for the University of Windsor, was drafted by the Alouettes, and now is a part of the AKO FRATMEN for their roster now after week 1, joined the team prior to week 2. First time I think we've actually mentioned his name tonight. Either way, 2nd and 10 at the 53. Richards, fake handoff, backing up, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver was Morera trying to get it off to the screen again. And it'll be 3rd down and 10.
This Ottawa D-line is getting exposed. I mean, it is there is pressure on the Ottawa Sooners quarterback on every play.
And what do you do as a coach to try and prevent that from happening, prevent that kind of pressure?
You know what? They got to maybe narrow their splits a little bit. They're doing a good job with the screens and the draws and stuff like that, just trying to get the ball quickly to try and relieve some of the pressure. But AKO just keeps dialing it up. But I mean, you know, you might want to go to tighter splits. There's a couple other things you can do, a much faster passing game, but they're still in gun and they're still trying to throw deep and stuff, and it's not going to happen.
Yang to punt. Takes 2 seconds to punt. Punts at about 20 yards as it bounces out at the 40, maybe the 41.
It's a 14-yard. Well, from the line of scrimmage, you're looking at a 14-yard punt. I mean, you just.
Once again, one of our presenting sponsors for tonight is Natus Athletics Incorporated, established in 1946. Be sure to go to there tomorrow. One of the premier sports stores in Windsor, Essex County, located just a few kilometers away from Alumni Field. As either way, it's going to be AKL FRATMEN football at the 40. Colton Allen will come in for a second drive for the second half, with 3 receivers to his right, 2 on the left. Here's a snap, hands it off to Pryor. Pryor swallowed up by the defensive line as he keeps on chugging and is brought down at the 44-yard line, a gain of about 6. Pardon me, 4, as there come the flags.
Yeah, this is, I think, a guy just pushing and shoving at the end, and yeah, again, just either side, whoever it is, just an unnecessary penalty here. It does not help anybody in this situation.
And we'll see what side it's going to be on.
It's against AKO.
And they can see this is going, they're already moving on back. Here's Jemmy with a call.
Necessary roughness on the offense.
Offensive penalty, unnecessary rough.
And it's unnecessary roughness is the official call.
69, I think, that who got the call.
Yeah. Kyle Jennings, the offensive lineman, they're the ones going to be calling in that, as that moves it to the 29.5.
You know, so you go from a first and or 2nd and 4 to now you're looking at a 2nd and 20.
2nd and 21 to be exact.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. They know better, these young men. They're just, you gotta keep your cool.
You absolutely have to. 6:02 on the clock in the 3rd as Allen, fake handoff, blitz coming for the right. He's brought down the backfield as the whistle's called before the fumble.
There's 48 again. This kid is all over the field. I love this guy's energy. He plays with a ton of emotion, and he's just making plays. I mean, he's making plays.
And he thought he had the strip before the whistle.
I would love to see this replay. This may be an early whistle here because I think he had it actually. Ball is on the ground right now. He picks it up. He's going.
And whistle called right about there, and he thinks he's got the touchdown. Would have been the first of the game for Ottawa. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 29. Now, what do you do here?
They got too many guys. Ottawa's got too many guys on the field here. They're going to get a flag.
And there is the flag. Beaton punts it just in time. Not going to count either way, as this one's going to be returned about center field. Return of about 6 or 7. But as you mentioned, too many guys
45
on the play. We got a shoving match.
45 is going to get ejected for punching. My guess is 45 is going to leave the game here.
Justin Cond, I think you're referring to.
He just punched a guy 2 or 3 times on the replay. I believe he's going to probably get ejected here.
And the officials are all discussing this once again. Just getting back to the same point, you got to keep your cool.
He was being held down, and he didn't like it, and he took 2 punches, and he, boom, 2 in the face to I'm not sure what number of Ottawa, but I'm sure that's who this is going against.
And you see the head referee and Jemmy once again working with the umpiring crew of Chris Patton, along with head linesman Brent Webster.
Offside. Objectionable conduct. They're not going to.
Offside Ottawa.
Yeah. Unnecessary roughness, AKO. It's going to be a 5-yard difference. Sorry. Unnecessary roughness, 10-yard difference, and it's going to repeat the down.
Yeah, now the AKO defense is trying to figure out where, offense rather, is trying to figure this out, discuss things too. So AKO is going to change personnel as this goes on. Still, Beaton's going to still punt either way.
How this was only a UR's beside. I mean, there was at least 2 punches thrown. I would love to see the replay on this.
Oh, and now we got another one. Spencer Trenier talks to the ref, and the flag comes out immediately.
And here's a young man that was ejected last week from the first game in Hamilton.
Offside
He just got
on the defense. Unnecessary roughness. On the offense, objectionable conduct. On the offense, 3rd down repeated.
So now we're looking at a 34-0 game, and there's just ridiculous penalties, and you're winning 34-0.
I don't know what else to really say with this. This is just a bit mind-boggling at this point, the way this has gone.
Like the crazy part is that at some time or you know, you gotta say, guys, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna watch, because you're hurting their football team. They're hurting their team.
Yeah, you're completely right. You don't want to kill yourself with penalties. And now you're going to have Beaton having to punt out of the end zone. Coach O'Chauncey is now going to come out and discuss things too. Now it looks like he's now trying to put in his words.
He's upset that the guy who got the penalty, he's saying that the Sooners guy was banging him off the ground, which I don't doubt he was. He was on top of him, roughing him up, and then, you know, but the punches were thrown by the AKO player.
And so we've been having all of this happen in the span of about 4 or 5 minutes. We're still at 5:20 in the third. And it's going to be 3rd and 45.
He's got to give up 2 here. Just give up the safety, kick off, and play defense.
And let's see if they do that smart set play as they talk to Beaton. Again, it's going to be set up at the 5. So Beaton again will have to punt out of the own end zone.
Jesus, this is again third and 45. This is a cab ride. This isn't any type of a play. This is long.
This is the second time this season we've seen a 3rd and 40 plus from penalties. As Beaton, he'll just take the safety.
That's a smart call, and just give up 2 and kick it off and play some defense.
There goes the shutout, 34-2. And I asked this to Badi Kawaz before during the first week. I'll ask this to you. Have you ever seen a 3rd and 45 from penalties like that?
You know what's funny is I actually have, when I was coaching at the, I think it was a Canada Cup, there was a melee that went on, and we actually kicked off from our 5-yard line. Instead of the 45. So we actually kicked off at our 5. It was crazy. And
and speaking of things that could happen, how about you tune in Saturday, September 8, 2018, see the crazy football action of the London Beefeaters and the Windsor AKO FRATMEN. Estimated kickoff time is 7 p.m. Eastern Time on we-tv.ca. But it's just, I don't know what else to really say at this point with that. It's going to be kicked off either way by the FRATMEN to the Sooners. So the Sooners offense will retake the field with 5:10. And a weird sequence of events for about 5.5, 6 minutes at Alumni Field that makes it 34-2 in the end. Beaton kicks it off. Line drive as this will bounce back towards the end zone. Still being tracked on back. Hibbert's got it, brings it out of the end zone. He's bumped back, still sliding around. He's brought down at about the 3-yard line and an absolute breakdown.
I do not understand how that happens. I mean, you know, you got them where you want them. They're kicking out from their 35. The one thing this young man does a fantastic job. His ball placement is absolutely outstanding. Never have, I think only once tonight, kick returners have fielded the ball clean off the air. Like, they're bouncing all over. This thing bounces between them. Like, he has tremendous ball placement, and they don't communicate. And then, I mean, you see what happens when it starts rolling around. It's very difficult to control.
And you see him, he brings it out, but then runs straight into the defense. It then slides on back, that moves the possession back towards that at the 3.
And that's great effort by the AKO FRATMEN getting downfield.
Absolutely great effort. This is going to be 1st and 10 at the 3. Richards. Quick play. Down the sideline, wide open. It's complete. And they get out of the shadow of their own goalpost on the completion. It's going to be 1st and 10.
It's a gutsy play call. You're inside your end zone. You're throwing the ball deep. I mean, it caught him off guard. He delivered the football, which was good. I mean, he got some breathing room.
And that was William Rack who appears to have made that play to get to the 29-yard line. So a pass play for 16 yards to get out of the shadows of their own goalpost as it'll be 1st and 10. Under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Hands it off this time. Obenyang swallowed on up. That's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3 for 2nd down.
Yeah, I tried just a little bit of an inside run, and again, this O-line is having great difficulty today, and that's a tribute to the defensive line. They're playing real stout, these guys up inside here.
2nd and 7 now at the 32. Again, 3 slot backs in the motion as Richards down the sideline. It's incomplete. Intended to go to the outside to Rack for a second play. It's 3rd and 7. And now that looks like they might be bringing in that special teams group once again to punt again from the 32. And for Ottawa, it's just been, they've had a lot of chances offensively. It's just they have not been able to capitalize. I don't know what else to really say about that, Glenn.
Yeah, I know. You know what? They have, and they just, drop balls, some turnovers. I tell you, this punt team is, it's interesting every single time they come on the field. This is a little bit of a circus show here. It makes me real nervous just watching it.
Obenyang taking 3 seconds to kick it off, avoids the swat as he'll be picked up about the 46. Cooper to the right side, puts on the Jets, sheds off 2 defenders, up the middle, gets by the last level. Can he continue to move forward? Swallowed up at about the 22-yard line. Marcus Cooper again puts on the afterburners to get in good position for the FRATMEN.
I mean, they might as well have went for it. I mean, they got the ball closer to where they punted it than where they punted it. I mean, when you can't tackle, it just makes it very, very difficult. 24 here comes flying downfield and just doesn't break down and completely misses the tackle. Then everyone's out of their lanes and.
And that would be Benjamin Joseph, the running back for the Sooners that you're referring to, wearing number 24.
Yeah, he was there. He was in pretty good position and just didn't make the tackle.
So that brings Colton Allen back onto the field for the AKO FRATMEN for 1st down. As he'll feel immediate pressure, he's sacked. Mason now are able to bring him down as the ball came out after. It's going to be 2nd down regardless.
Every time they bring that back out of the backfield or they widen them, it's an automatic hot call for 48. 48's coming, and there's nobody to pick him up. And this guy's just getting a free, clean shot at the quarterback. He's having a heck of a football game. I'd love to see his stats at the end of this thing.
Yeah, it's been a very impressive game for him all night, really, tonight. Came into tonight with not even a single sack to his credit. No forced fumbles. Total 3 tackles and 3 assisted tackles.
He's having a game tonight. I can tell you. Here he comes again. And he's untouched again.
Hands it off on a great, beautiful trickery play. Nash Pryor cuts to the left side. 1 man to beat. Cuts through him to the end zone. Dives in. And it looks like he might be just short as an arm flags down at the 1. And we got a shoving match. Players breaking this up. And again, with 1:39 on the clock at the 1. More flags come out. Multiple possible objectionable conduct plays here.
Complete lack of self-control. That's all you can say. What a fantastic job by Nash Prier. A little bit of a wraparound. Colton's being taken down. A little bit of a wraparound. And watch this. Boom. 48 thinks, there it is. Boom. He slides it in there. Great job. Great job. You know, Dante calling him come outside. He's setting him up. It's a great job blocking by number 80. And then number 7 comes in late. And then 14 gets one. It's going to be crazy. This is backing up.
It would have been at the 1 prior to the flags, and now they're doing all the officials again having to discuss these rulings. Again, we've gone through some of them with Cooper, along with David Carter, along with Todd Whited, along with Corey Cousins, with the head referee, and Alex Jemmy tonight. Again, we just came from a few minutes ago, a 3rd and 45. As now they're having to discuss things again. One of the players that had to go towards the sideline, I believe, was Cooper. He's one of the ones talking to the officials after that.
Yeah, he actually took a penalty too as well, just for and he went back again afterwards.
Unnecessary roughness on the defense. Unnecessary roughness on the offense. Those penalties offset, first down.
Oh my goodness.
So either way, it's going to be at the 1, maybe the 2.
There were several flags thrown there. I'm not sure how we come up with just 2 penalties, but hey, it is what it is. I think that's let's hustle up and get out of here. Flag.
Oh
my goodness.
Either way, it's 34-2 if you're tuning in the late 3rd, less than 90 seconds in the 3rd, as this game has taken an absolutely unbelievable turn in the 3rd quarter for the final 5 minutes. Colton Allen will set up again.
AKO's got their run formation in. Last time they brought the fullback in, a little bit of an offset pistol look here. I think they ran about 3 or 4 plays straight. This is going to be some type of counter or lead to Nash Prier.
Prier gets the handoff, hit hard as he's brought down short of the goalpost, so he's 2nd down. That was a pretty big hit there too, as he tried to get there and did not have any loss or gain on the play.
Yeah, so the ball is automatically, if you're inside the 1, the ball is automatically set at the 1-yard line. They cannot put the defense at a disadvantage. So let's see what they got here again. Run formation, heavy run formation set again.
Allen hands it up to Prier. This time pushes through in the end zone. Touchdown, FRATMEN. And the offensive onslaught continues. It's 40-2, 41-2, pending the extra point. And Nash Pryor's had a heck of a game with this touchdown added to it. As you see there, good offensive line play there as Beaton's going to set up for the extra point. Lead continues to grow as this will be up to now 41-2. Not a single extra point missed so far for the FRATMEN or the Sooners sides in regards to that, with 38 seconds to go in the 3rd. At this point, what do you take as a coach from here to try and go from here on out?
You know what? You want to get out of here first and foremost without injury. I mean, it is what it is. It's 41-2. If you're Ottawa, you got beat at every facet of the game, offensively, defensively, special teams. If you're AKO, yeah, you did a pretty good job, but I'm concerned with penalties, and I'm concerned with guys just being out of control. I mean, and again, will it hurt him here? No, it's not going to hurt him here, and it's not going to hurt him against probably the Grizzlies, and it's not going to hurt him against Niagara or the Raiders, but it will hurt him against London, and it will hurt him against Hamilton, and we've seen that. And this is where they need to understand that we have to be better.
You have to definitely be better, that's for sure, because the FRATMEN, as well as the Sooners, both considered this game as a test game from here on out for the season. And there's a lot of things they're going to take from this still in the 3rd quarter. Still another quarter of play on top of this to go. The kick goes over the head of returner again. Joseph picks it up, and he'll just kneel down in the end zone for the Rouge.
I just cannot understand this. I cannot understand how you continually put your guys at the 15-yard line and allow the ball to be kicked over their heads. Like, they've done it every time. It's pretty much been the same thing. Like, guys, you know, you have to understand. You have to change what you're doing.
At this point, I don't know where else to even go with this conversation at this point. Right now it's 42-2 with the Rouge officially. After the kick by Beaton. The Sooners coming into tonight were not the strongest in terms of kick returns, and tonight I think it's just gone over top that.
Well, yeah, I tell you, they one thing I definitely been working on this week in practice is fielding kickoffs and fielding punts, because they don't judge it very, very well, and they don't do a very good job at it if you're the Sooners.
And hold on, we got another flag down on the field.
No, they're picking it up.
Pardon me, picked up the flag. They originally had the flag down, now picked it up, as now they move it to the left side of the 35.
Hopefully the fourth quarter will move much quicker than the third quarter, and they get, let's have as limit of flags. Like, this game is over. It's just.
First and 10 as Richards hands it off. Abanyang moves it forward for a gain of about 2. Couple plays left here in this third quarter. Phil ruled to go to 38 for 2nd and 7. This clock's rolling under 5 seconds. And this should be the last play of the third quarter. Sooners setting up with 3 receivers again to the right, 2 on the left. Abanyang as the back. Richards.
Free play.
Flag is thrown on the field, and they just throw it away past Jalen Butcher. As again, the flag is down on the field.
This is going to be offside on the defense, I think. It looked like 2 guys went, and it should make it 2nd and about 2.
And you see that exactly there. That's going to move it to 2nd and 2. And it looks like they're going to give them one more play with the flag as well before we head to the fourth quarter. One more play for the third quarter for the Ottawa Sooners.
I would love to know where we are penalty-wise, just flag-wise, how many have been thrown this game. It would be interesting to see.
Abanyang, meanwhile, pushed back for a loss of maybe 1 or 2 to end off the third quarter.
That's a great tackle by Jalen Butcher, stepping up and going low on the young man.
And with that, we're going to go to commercial break. 42-2 is the score here on WE TV. We'll be back in just a moment for more OFC action.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the WE Digital production, WE Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor, Essex County, WE Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
Welcome back, everyone, to Windsor, Ontario for more coverage of OFC football as the Fratmen lead 42-2 as we have just 15 minutes to go in this one. Sooners will start off the fourth with a fake punt. Abanyang goes for the first down and then some. Brought down at about the 46-yard line.
That's their best play of the night. Maybe they should line up in punt formation every time.
Well, you've been saying it. Why not go for the fake? And one time went for originally a fake, then punted off. This time goes for a gain of about 20-plus yards. Here's the replay of that play. As you can see, Abanyang leaps his way forward, in fact, to get to that 47.
He's an athlete. I mean, it was funny because if you look at the way he lined up there, he only lined up about 8 yards deep. You know, in regular punt formation, you should line up between 12 and 13 yards, but he's about 8 yards.
Very interesting indeed here as we're 30 seconds into the fourth. Throwing it to the sideline. Richards, it's caught. And the offense is moving now to start off the fourth as it's brought down at about the 27 for another first down.
That young man out there, he can run. I mean, there's no question he can run.
That's William Rack, I believe that is, again, down the sideline. Set up to the outside, originally ruled as a scratch. Now he brought in with this score, approaching a minute into this fourth quarter. Slot backs in the motion. Richards looks to the left. To Rack again down the sideline. It's dropped. Incomplete as it was batted out of his hands and bounced forward away from him.
Like I said before, he is very, very fast. I mean, he has, got 2-3 steps on his defender. He's just blowing by him. He's definitely behind him. And they had a nice little, they're number 3 to the wide side of the field here, ran a little bit of a post route, and he was wide open down the middle of the field. If the quarterback would have delivered it, he probably would have tippy-toed in the end zone.
And for Rack, as you've seen, they're trying to make a one-handed catch. Coming into tonight with 6 receptions, 96 total yards. Those numbers have definitely gone on up to about the 100-plus range on the season. As Richards to the screen, Yang trying to move towards the chains as this is brought down around said chains. Going to be brought down around the 17 as this is going to move them forward for looks to be a first down.
He didn't waste any time making that call. It was
Yet another example of screenplays here. Timeout called by the FRATMEN.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
As that will be their first of the half. Of course, coming up in the next couple weeks is the Windsor Spitfires and their home opener for 2018-19. The 3-time Memorial Cup champions will take on the Guelph Storm on September the 20th on a Thursday. There's still lots of great tickets available for that matchup. If you want to get said tickets, go online to wfcu-center.com, in person at the WFCU Center box office, or call 509-254-5000, extension 1. Looking at the Ambassador Bridge just around the corner here, just about a kilometer away, in fact. Here's this border town of Windsor, just across the river from Detroit, Michigan. What a beautiful sight here on what is a beautiful night, but it hasn't been the most beautiful game, to say the least. 42-2 if you're tuning in for the FRATMEN. Strong out of the gate, up by double digits already, plus 20 after the first quarter, and they haven't looked back. Ball set up at the 16-yard line for 1st and 10. As the Sooners try and get their first offensive touchdown of the day. Thompson Richards once again will set up with Yang to his right. Slot backs in the motion. Richards to the left side. Incomplete. Looked like maybe that was going to Rack, but nowhere near him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I'm assuming one was the intended receiver, but it looked like 5 was trying to run him off and 1 was trying to come underneath that, but he definitely had a little bit of a miscommunication there.
And that is Jala Lasana, who is referred to with number 1, officially ruled as the intended receiver through the PA system across the Alumni field as well. He'll set up as one of the slot backs on the left side with Rack to the outside. 3rd down, they will go for it. Yang cut to the right. Stop trying to get to the corner as he's brought down at about the 11-yard line. 2nd and 10, it looks like on that. Gain of 3 on the play, and now looks to be 3rd down and 5.
Again, great job by Jalen Butcher stepping up there and at least slowing him down to for the rest of the guys to come in and rally and make the tackle.
3rd and 5 at the 11, and listening to your advice, they will go for it, this time with the offensive set. As Yang will be the back. Set up to the left side this time. FRATMEN defense switching. Richards.
Wide open.
To the corner. Wide open end zone.
Out of bounds.
And out of bounds off on the running track. Intended receiver to Ray Hibbert on what was their best chance for a TD all night.
This ball was thrown about 3 seconds too late. Ball should be gone now. And he overthrows him. And look at this. Oh, he is in bounds.
Wow.
Wow. His 1 foot is down here.
And I don't know if they can review on that. Either way, the Fratmen are going to come onto the field
Yeah.
at the 11.
He definitely got 1 foot in, though.
And that was Lycan Adawu, who was on the coverage, trying to tell his teammates, we got a man wide open here, while they switch coverage on both sides of the field in the secondary. Regardless, here comes the Fratman offense once again. Daniel Mayu will now come on for the fourth quarter.
Sooners bringing tons of heat.
And Nash Pryor swallowed up and said heat. Well, one of the main things the coach LaChance was trying to do was trying to get things set up, trying to deal with stacking the box. We'll see how that goes from here on out after a strong offensive game. Next matchup is against London, as they currently, if the score sticks, will move to 2-1. Then they go on the road September 16th and 23rd, take on Hamilton in the GTA. Then the GTA Grizzlies come back this way for Sunday, September 30th, before one last road game before the postseason on Saturday, October 6th against the London Beefeaters. Mayu will now set up for 2nd and 8 at the 13. Mayu, bubble screen, able to get it to his intended target in Jared Hayes-Williams. He's moving forward, across for the first down, and then some as he's brought down at the 38.
Great running by Jared. You know, they had him boxed in, and two guys miss a tackle here, and Jared splits them and ends up, you know, getting a big play, big gain.
And again, looking at the replay, this was with Pryor gaining the yardage of 2 that set that bubble screen on up. But again, there's a lot offensively, I think, that Coach LaChance can take from here on out. Either way, at the 39 officially, as we're approaching 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, as Daniel Mayu once again sets up. Takes the snap, flags out on the play. Nash Pryor going to be swallowed up, trying to still spin away, but loses yardage. But again, flags down, first from the left side of the field, from the Fratman side, then a flag after the play started from the Sooners side. And we'll see what the official call is here.
My guess is it's going to be offside by the D-line here. That's my guess, but...
Jimmy with the call.
Offside on the offense.
Oh, nope.
That penalty's declined. 2nd down.
And as you heard, offside, 2nd and 10.
So that would be against the receiver, because if the lineman would have moved, it would be procedure, and the play would be automatically blown dead. So obviously the receiver was in the neutral zone or past the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped.
Now they'll have to reset again for 2nd and 10 at the 39. 40-point lead for the Fratmen. And what has been a big one for them. Sooners with the 4-3 defense. Mayu fakes the snap, moves on forward, up the middle. Just short it appears from here as Jared Hayes-Williams catches it in the slot. It's going to be maybe 3rd and short. And it is 3rd and under a yard. And the 3rd and inch is going to make things interesting here as timeout called on the field from Windsor. That appears to be their final timeout, and it is. So it's going to be 3rd and inches now on this one. As one of the main things we talked about, let's look at the replay first off on that previous play here. Once again, bro, your replay, this refers to the fake handoff from Mayu.
Nice job, you know, standing back there, delivering the football. They just brought in, AKO just brought in, looked like they brought in 2 fullbacks, 41 and 48. My guess is they're probably going to go to some type of heavy package.
And if you're looking for your next home, our presenting partner can help that, rather, as Harold Remark from Loyal Page Binder Real Estate can help you find your next home. Contact him today. But with this game, under 10 minutes to go, 42-2 your score, 3rd and inches on the play coming up. As the Fratmen, just a long ways to go in this one, still about under that 10 minutes mark.
Yeah, they're in a 3-back set here.
Looks like they're going to try and crash the line. Mayu tries to jump forward. One Sooner jumps on top of the line, but Mayu still pushes forward, and it looks like we got a first down for the Fratmen. And that was a good push from the line there after spectacular athleticism from the Sooners. Just, yeah, you see him push across the line and about 1.5 yards forward.
First down, yeah. I mean, it's...
With that, the game still continues on. Daniel Mayu again sets up a QB. 1st and 10 at the 51. Looks towards the slot. It's caught. Shuffling around
nice
McCraney. Making defenders dance. Goes to the sideline as it's complete to about the 36.
So this time now they are very, very aware. If you watch this play, they're very aware where number 48 is now as 48, or as the back is now going to wherever side 48 is and blocking him. They picked them up pretty well there. You'll see him coming hot off the edge and the back picks him up. This is a great move right here, bang. And then he gets outside and, switches ball, puts the ball in the opposite hand. Fantastic job, nice job. Just got rolled up on it, looks like, maybe knocked the wind out of him.
It looks like they're going to take him out for this play after that tackle down the sideline at the 35. Slot backs in motion, Mayu. And we got a flag down. Looks like we might have an offside.
This is going to be probably procedure by the O-line because they blew the play dead
Procedure.
immediately. Yep.
Not set for a count on the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down repeated.
And you're going to get that sometimes when you put in some backups. They're nervous. They're not used to the count. They're not used to the cadence. So, a couple things.
And it's going to be now 1st and 15. Thought it was either going to go that way or offensive offside. Either way, they'll set up once again with their 3 receivers to the right, 2 in the slots position on the right side. Box being loaded up by the Sooners. Mayu hands it off late and brought down for a short game is Ali Dejinko.
That's that wraparound. That's that wraparound draw again. They tried to run there, and they definitely had it sniffed out. Comes around, he tries to tuck it in here, boom.
That was a tough play too with a six-man rush in the box. They'll set up once again with the 4-3 defense for 2nd and 17 after the loss of 2. Setting up in the spread offense once again. 1 back in the field. Ali Dejinko, the back. Brings everyone in motion. Flags off immediately. We might have another illegal procedure.
This is offside on 48.
And Ryan going to be brought down for a gain of 5. Catching that one, as you mentioned there.
This is going to be on number 48. He's offside here.
I think you're referring to Joe Mason.
I think he was the far end, and he lined up in a neutral zone. And as soon as the ball was snapped, they threw it. This may also be roughing the passer here. I'm not 100% sure, but the referee threw his flag as well.
Offside on the defense. Unnecessary roughness. Roughing the passer on the defense.
That's a double whammy for number
First
48.
down.
I believe 48 got both.
I believe so too. So that's going to move them in.
That's 20 yards.
Yeah, just outside the red zone. I was going to try and say 22-yard line officially. As we're halfway through the 4th quarter. The AKL Fratmen looking to try and put the icing on the cake to this one to try and move themselves to 2-1 on the season, up by 40. Once again, spread offense, 5 wide. Mayu looks towards the left side, to the end zone, wide open, it's caught. Touchdown to Jared Hayes-Williams. 48-2 on what has been a domination station game for the Fratmen.
Here's one of their top players. They moved him to the slot. I don't even know if the guy gets hands on. like the half, doesn't even get hands on, lets him blow by him. I mean, and just, untouched. But you got to put hands on this young man, and you got to slow him down, you can get the help for your safety over top. And I'm not sure they did anything.
And the Sooners continue to clear their bench at this point. This is a chance to make it 49-2, and they will do exactly that. 49-2, Windsor AKO FRATMEN. And we're just under 7 minutes to go in this one. And again, we talked about how these teams were looking to try and use this as a test game for the rest of their schedules. Well, now we talked a little bit of what to take from this third quarter, and now really with this one, we'd like to once again remind you our presenting sponsor is Nadas Athletic Incorporated, established in 1946. I'd like to thank Nadas Athletics for being our presenting sponsor for WE TV. As the FRATMEN now set up for the kickoff, it's now to the point where, at this point, one of the main thought processes really for head coach Luigi Costanzo has been, I don't lose, I either win or I learn. And I think there's a lot to learn from this one.
Oh, there's a lot to learn. I mean, the best part is film doesn't lie. You get an opportunity to go back and look at the film, and it's a great tool. It's a great teaching tool for kids and for young men.
And meanwhile, confusion on the kickoff as it's picked up by Joseph. Joseph is bounced to the left side, and he'll be brought down at about the 22-yard line. So the Sooners offense will come out once again and try and get back to where they were before, where they could have scored their first offensive touchdown of the game last drive, but just a close play at the back of the end zone ruled incomplete. (49-2) once again your score with 6:29 to go in the fourth quarter. As now the Sooners looking to just complete things off here. Thompson Richards still in the game at the quarterback spot for the Sooners. Five men set up in the box for the FRATMEN. That's thrown quickly. Richards down the sideline goes Marrera, as that's going to be out of bounds for a gain of, looks to be just short of the first down of about 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
It's just a quick swing pass and, high percentage play. Get it out to your athlete and let your athlete make a, run for first down, and that's exactly what happened.
And they have officially ruled that as a first down, in fact, to the 33-yard line. Under 6 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Richards taking the snap, fakes it to Joseph, throws it up the middle, almost picked off. And a huge hit, too. That was Dante Fornicero, the leading tackler coming into tonight on the late play.
That was a good job by Dante, just holding his ground and, playing center field, and boom, delivers a big hit.
Lansana was the intended receiver on the play. He'll be 2nd and 10. You look at him setting up once again on the defensive side. He'll move in now from the back of the secondary. Throwing deep. Down the sideline, incomplete. William Rack, the intended receiver, once again by Richards. It'll be 3rd and 10. And that's going to bring in the special teams unit again as the FRATMEN will get the ball back with 5:18 on the clock.
I understand the score and I understand the things, but there's probably some things you could be working on right now. Like, there's no question you're going to lose this game tonight. Just trying to bomb it down the field to make a big play. There's probably, again, a million things you can do underneath, throw the ball, work on your run game. Just try and capitalize on things that you're not maybe doing as well. But, I just don't understand some of the play calls sometimes.
Abanyan will now set up for the punt meanwhile, as we've seen him make a few interesting ones. Punted from about the 24, returned from about the 46. As breaking through is Cooper. Cooper's off to the races. One man to beat again as he's shoved out by a Benyang at about the 23.
So again, there's a -7 after the punt. You actually lose 7 yards. And you know that Marcus is a pretty solid returner, probably one of the better ones in the league. You're not a very good, I don't want to say you're not a very good punter. You're not a number 1 punter. Just punt the ball out of bounds. So you at least get no return. But you can't continue to punt the ball and lose yards on punt. You might as well go for it. You had 4 guys miss tackle him. 5 guys miss tackle him.
And it took O'Banion to push him out of bounds to prevent it from being 6.
And another thing on there, you see, I think I've seen 3 or 4 linemen trying to make a tackle. I mean, you got linemen on the punt team.
Mayu, meanwhile, on 1st and 10, throws on the motion to the end zone, almost picked off. It's incomplete. Looked to be intended down the field to what appears to be, in fact, yes, Dylan Samuels. So the Fratmen are starting to clear off their bench and bring in the backup receivers at this point. When it comes to practice next week, what do you, as a coach, try and teach your team after such a game like tonight?
You just got to keep working hard. You got to just do the simple things right. Again, I mean, it was unfortunate right from the very beginning for the Sooners. They didn't start very well with a couple of quick turnovers that put them in the in the 8 ball. But you have to be able to recover from those things if you're going to be a championship football team. And I think sometimes kids and young men don't understand that.
Mayu, meanwhile, throws an incompletion short as it bounced into the lap of Kyle LaFontaine. It'll be 3rd and 10. They'll bring in the special teams unit once again, so it's going to be a chance for Andrew Beaton to add another field goal to his totals. He's been perfect on the season. 3:45 to go in the 4th quarter here from Windsor at Alumni Field at the University of Windsor campus. Going to be a busy weekend at the campus. Also the home opener coming up for the Lancers this upcoming Monday for Labor Day weekend here at this border city in Windsor, Ontario. Beaton, the kick is up,
Nice job.
and it's good.
Nice job. Very solid, very steady kicker, very solid kicker.
And he had the wind starting to blow towards the right of the uprights as well. 52-2 now with 3:34 to go on the clock. So that's going to allow the Sooners to set up on their offensive side once again. Again, we'll see what happens from here on out to learn those different things as mentioned in this one. They'll set up at the 35-yard line after the field goal as per procedure with Canadian football.
Clock is just going to run here, and Sooners should be just playing again. First down, just play for the first down. You got 3 downs to get the first down. Nice and solid play selection, smart play selection.
This is going to really make things interesting with the landscape of the JFL. Handed off to Joseph on the toss. Brought down for a gain of 2, and it looks like we might have a face mask as the flag comes out.
Yeah, I would love to see this one on replay. I'm not sure if it's a face mask or if it's just they're going to call it maybe a late hit. I mean, but he's right at the sidelines. I'm not sure it's a late hit. Let's take a look here.
They're right there, horse collar.
Oh.
Unnecessary roughness. Horse collar. On the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, and again, that's about player safety in that case. Ball's officially at the 52 with 3:04 to go. Sooners still down by 50. Richards, quick screen play. Trying to dodge through receivers and moving all the way to the left side. Big chance coming up. Vulcan able to break his way forward for a first down to the 41.
That was some fancy footwork there. I mean, that young man, he should have probably been tackled for maybe a few yard gain. He ended up turning this thing into a very large gain. Like right here, you look here, we got 1, 2, 3, we got 4, 5 guys, that just, And number 11 just keeps moving and moving and moving and does a pretty good job.
And we're at the 3-minute warning for the fourth quarter as the clock is still rolling on the scoreboard. But either way, in this fourth quarter, this game was running about some point, and it seems about the second quarter. That's Richards down the left side of the field and out of the reach of Rack. Incomplete on the outside.
They definitely love to put this young man on the boundary and just try and throw it up to him and play a little bit of one-on-one game here.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 now at the 41-yard line. Sooners offense just has not clicked much all night, it seemed, with a lot of chances, not a lot of execution. Still trying to have one last gasp with 2:26 to go in the fourth. With the way this stands, the Sooners will move to 2-1. The FRATMEN will move to 2-1 as well with a 2-game winning streak. Richards looks to the left, scrambles to the right, steps up, flag down on the play as a player's down for the FRATMEN, and it's dropped. What should have been a completion, oh my goodness, by Hibbert, but an offensive lineman was down before the throw.
You know, it's just...
or defensive lineman, rather.
That explains your night right there. You got a guy wide open. You got a young man wide open down the field, and he just drops it. I mean, he drops a sure-handed touchdown, and it just explains the night. It explains the night for the Sooners, and you know, the fact that part of the problem might have been is these guys probably took a 10-hour bus ride this morning, drove all the way down here, got off a bus, tried to play a football game. And then you're going to probably deadhead it straight back, which is, I mean, the game alone is difficult, let alone do it on a 10-hour bus ride.
And the reason for the flag, you seen there at the start of the replay, was Matt O'Neill being brought down hard by the offensive line, and the flag was thrown on the play. Going to be called holding by the offensive line on that. And all the fans have still stayed here at Alumni Field as well to cheer on their favorite team, the Windsor FRATMEN, here tonight. Got to give it to them to see this action, see their team up by 50. Once again, holding called on the play, it appears. It's going to be at the 41 for 3rd and 10. Third and 10 at the 41, 2:14 to go on the clock. Sooners going for it as Richards dodging defenders. Throws it to the open man. Volson gets the first down as he's brought down to the 25.
Nice little dump off to number 11. He just kind of curled up in there and sat down, and they got it to him.
And now we're just at 2:04 with a 1st and 10 at the 25 as the Sooners trying to at least have them one touchdown tonight.
Yeah, you know, they're still fighting, and give those kids a lot of credit. They want to get in the end zone.
And Volson will just drop that one on 1st and 10 as it's broken up. Broken up by Austin Stevens as it will be 2nd down. But again, you play until the final whistle.
No, you're right, and they're battling. I mean, they're still battling. You know, even though the scores, incredibly lopsided, they're still playing.
Going to be now 2nd and 10 at the 25. Once again, with 1:50 on the clock. Richards directing traffic. Joseph the back, moving towards the slot. So Lashana, watch him, the number 1. Rack set up on the right. Richards looks towards the middle slot, and it's almost picked off. Dropped by Malera as well as the intended receiver. It'll be 3rd down.
That's a great job by Dante picking up that inside slot.
Hold on 1 second. We got a flag on the play. And with 1:45, we'll see what the call is here.
Unnecessary roughness. Roughing the passer. On the defense. 1st down.
Again, it's a 50-point football game. You just had them stopped, and now you give them a 1st down inside the 10-yard line.
I don't know what else to really say on that either. With 1st and goal now with 1:45.
I would love to know the flags, numbers, the counts, the yardage against what teams. I would love to know if we had that stat.
Regardless, 1st and goal. Richards feeling the blitz. Breaks around the blitz. He'll take it himself to the corner of the end zone. Steps in. It scores. Touchdown, Sooners. So Thompson Richards breaks the offensive gridlock and scores their first touchdown with 1:35 to go.
That's a good decision by that young man. Don't force it in there. You know, he used his feet. Bad angle by 52.
That would be Josh Allen.
Yeah. He should have had him, and you know, he didn't attack the wrong shoulder, let him get outside, and it ended up costing a touchdown.
And now this is going to be interesting. Danny Obanyan will go for his first extra point.
You know, again, here's a guy who's not a kicker. Yeah. I mean, why would you not just take an offensive play and practice your two-point conversion? It doesn't matter whether you wait. It's 52-9 or it's 52-10. You know.
Either way, 52-9. As you can see, the sideline Luigi Costanzo once again talking to his team. And at this point, going to be a lot he's going to have to discuss to go and try and learn from this loss tonight. So now he's calling everyone together from on his sideline before the kickoff.
My guess is we're looking at, and again, a 50-point game. You're looking at an onside kick, which I don't know.
Either way, it looks like they have decided to pawn things as Abanyan will go for his first kickoff attempt of the night. For him, in terms of kicking, he had been 4 for 4 on extra points. He'll set on up once again. AKO Fratman moving the returners close, sending them up around the 25, 30-yard line. Kicks the tee up as this is going to be brought up and picked up about the 43 as the Fratmen get the possession there on what should be the final drive of the game.
Yeah, 1 first down and this game's over.
And that was picked up by Jordan Krug as just approaching above 90 seconds to go at Alumni Field again. Fratman moved to 2-1 with the score as the Ottawa Sooners will fall to 2-1. In terms of their next games, you've seen the next broadcast involving the AKO Fratman's next matchup with the London Beefeaters. Then it's going to be another tough one for the Sooners after this loss against the Hamilton Hurricanes on their home field for the upcoming week in the Ontario Football Conference. Mayu will set up for the snap with 4 receivers to his left for 1st and 10. Mayu will pass on 1st and 10 and will just take the sack. That'll get the clock rolling as he'll move to 2nd and long.
Both teams, you know, look like they've got lots and lots of subs in.
Mm-hmm. And again, clock does move as well with the sack taken. So at this point, expect them maybe just run the clock. Either way, clock still moving. Approaching 1:10 to go in the 4th quarter. Mayu will pass this time to Cooper. Cooper across the 50, across center field, and brought down with another horse collar.
That is 100% a flag.
And that's going to be unnecessary roughness as that's brought down to 44. Add an extra 15 on that one. With 59, make it 58.9 on the clock.
Unnecessary roughness, horse collar on the defense. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
And just a necessary penalty, I guess. Here's the replay, as you can see with Cooper. You see the horse collar. Obvious play on that one, Glenn.
Yeah, it was pretty clear.
As now Mayu will set up with 59 seconds. That stopped the clock. Gets it back moving with the pass play. McCraney shuffles around, gets a gain of about 4 to the 27, as it'll be 2nd and 7-ish with about 51 seconds to go. Ruled officially at the 28.
All right, let's start this clock here.
Once again, FRATMEN will win their 2nd straight game after the win last week against Niagara, after having a rough week 1 against the Hamilton Hurricanes. Looking to celebrate their first home win of 2018 at Alumni Field. And the clock will just roll on as it looks like they'll take a knee, it looks like. And Mayo will just hold on to the ball, talk to the officials, and wait for the clock to reach 0 before reaching down. Defense will not provide any pressure. There's the knee with 17, make it 18 seconds on the clock.
Last one here. They got one more to do, and then it's a wrap.
And an offensive onslaught from the Windsor AKO FRATMEN tonight. 52-9 is the final, as they will take one last knee. The clock will reach 0. Mayu will take the snap under center, and Windsor AKO FRATMEN will celebrate their 2nd straight win, their first home win of the season. 52-9 is the final score over the Ottawa Sooners. With that, we'll go to commercial break and come back with your post-game coverage in just a few moments. You're watching WeTV for AKO FRATMEN football.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
We is the premier video streaming production company in southwestern Ontario. We are We Digital. We are busy. I mean really busy. We Digital is now recruiting hardworking, creative team players to try out for our team. Camera operators, audio specialists, web and social media geeks, hosts, media students, and some that just want to learn the ropes. Send us a resume, a demo reel with your best work, along with a cover letter that will snag an interview with our producers. Streaming is the future. Come and be part of what's next.
Hi, I'm Luke Wilson of the Detroit Lions. For the best local sports programming, make sure to tune in to WeTV.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the We Digital production, We Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor, Essex County, We Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
I learn by doing. I learn by reacting to a situation. St. Clair puts me directly into my industry. I'm dealing with real patients, real life situations. It's not just theory. It's not book work anymore.
I choose to take control of my future and my path to St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
And welcome back. The Fratmen take care of business against the Ottawa Sooners 52-9. I'm joined by the head coach, Mike Lachance. And, Mike, we even talked about this off air before the game. This would be a running game. And it did it justice once again. Talk about that.
Yeah, we wanted to establish the run, and we wanted to see what Nash Prier could do. Young kid from Essex, rookie. He played running back in high school. We were converting him to receiver, and then we switched him back this past week. We switched him back to the tailback position, and he got some carries, and he did the most with it.
There was a lot of great offensive plays, especially the one quarterback keeper played by Dan Mayu, who almost brought it down to the end zone. Once again, I guess it's safe to say that the dual quarterback position's working out.
You know what? Both guys are in a heated competition. They know at the end of the year we got to go with one. So the competition's there, and that never hurt anybody. Both guys are playing well. I'm happy with both young kids that are learning the game, learning how I coach it, and I'm happy with both of them right now.
Quick keys to the game about next week's 401 tilt against the London Beefeaters.
Same thing. We need to establish the line of scrimmage. I was real happy with the way the run game developed today, but we got to take that next step in the evolution of it. Might see a little bit more under center, two-back sets. But with our receiving core, it really allows us to do a lot of things. But it's certainly the running the ball and stopping the runs the key to football.
And you guys won 2 in a row. You guys now have a 2-1 record. Thank you for your time, Mike. Congratulations. Mike Lachance, the head coach of the Windsor Fratmen. They take care of business 52-9 against the Ottawa Sooners. Be back here next Saturday, 7 p.m. tip-off, where the Fratmen will play host to the London Beefeaters. A good 401 rivalry. We hope you tune in on that. But we got to go, folks. We thank you for tuning in on behalf of the entire crew here. This be Aaron Sanders saying so long from the Rose City.